Following a near-fatal ambush during a hunt, the warrior Adran and hunter Varin discovered that hobgoblins are seeking out their home, apparently on a vendetta against their people. Joined by the young scout Thía, the three journeyed into unknown lands and have begun fighting their way through mysterious creatures, terrible injuries, and dangerous weather to seek out and end the hobgoblin threat to their people. Beset by rampaging gnolls, cunning old nannies, and watched by an invisible speaker, they were able to destroy an entire camp of hobgoblins. And now, the trio set their eyes, swords, and bows against a second camp. Let the hunt begin.
Oh, you can search far and wide, you can drink the whole town dry.
I was going to say you get advantage for that, but you already currently have advantage, so no advantage for you, sir.
Yes. I was just enjoying the song.
We return to the land of the hunter. Adran, Thía, and Varin, we have traveled a very long day. We've encountered some various enemies, some familiar, and some very unusual, including one with 3 heads, which set us back a bit. However, we have finally reached a spot where we can see the camp of our pursuers. Now it is roughly about 4 in the afternoon. We are still a goodly distance. It is still very cold, but it's a fairly clear weather day with only a light wind, no precipitation. Would you like to take the opportunity, while we're still, give or take a mile out, to use your spy glasses? And this is the wrong map. No, it's not. It's the right map. Excellent.
Well, it would be a waste if we didn't use them.
That is what I was thinking. And pull you to the right spot. Alright. So, like I said, it's about 4 in the afternoon. How long do you guys want to spend examining the camp? And I believe only you two have spy glasses, so Varin is just going to be watching your guys' back while you study.
Well, I think we should take at least a couple of hours, so then we let the sun set as far as we want it to, so then we can pursue them in a less lit area.
What do you think, Thía?
Well, we should take our time to look it over so that we can kind of get an idea of their camp, see if they are set up similar to the other camp.
And also, too, maybe if we have some spell slots that we would like to obtain or get back into our gear, so then that way we go in headstrong, and we go in with everything we have.
Some of us didn't quite expend all of our magical resources.
I don't know, that 3-headed thingamajig kind of messed with my mind a little bit, so I'm kind of like not really up to date with everything.
All right, so you two spend some time studying, and because you mentioned spending at least, I think you said at least 1 hour, maybe 2 hours. So during the first,
a couple at least.
Okay, so it doesn't take terribly long. I'd say within 15 minutes. Adran, okay, so you're both studying the camp. You've noticed that it is the same number of tents as the last camp we encountered. Somewhere around 20, I think 22 tents.
Okay.
It's actually in the same layout, though it's nestled between a few hills. It looks like there are several different avenues of approach or escape, unless someone wanted to go over the hills, in which case, of course, all terrain is open. But Adran, something's a little odd, and can you, let's see, what is your intelligence, 16? Your intelligence is
yeah, let me check.
16. Go ahead.
16.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an intelligence check, so we can determine how long it takes you to notice this. I'd say within 15 minutes of watching the camp, there's something very odd. You've only seen, and it takes you a few moments, you have to double check a couple of times, but for the last 15 minutes in this camp of 22 tents, you've seen the exact same hobgoblins. Only 8 of them. They're going about, they're checking the tents, making sure that those typical walls that the watch we're using last time are in place, but it's always the same 8.
Are they just repeating their actions over and over again, or?
No, they're not repeating their actions. But there's no one else moving through the tents.
There's no one else moving through the camp, so therefore the only ones that we see visible as of right now are the 8 that are standing watch over the tents. Something tells me that either they're planning on an ambush against us, or these guys are just really tired from traveling. Although I don't really think it's that. I really don't think it's that option right there, because do you remember, Varin, when we were traveling after that one? I mean, he was moving pretty darn fast, and it was kind of hard to keep up with him.
I remember.
Yeah, so I don't think these guys get winded that easily.
It's also fairly early in the afternoon.
And what, you think everybody's taking an afternoon nap?
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Or maybe everyone else is somewhere else?
Well, that's actually fairly easy to determine. I can travel pretty quickly in this terrain. Granted, we've already had quite a long day's travel, but I'm willing to risk it, and I can get some information if you want. You can scout the perimeter, if you will.
Yeah, if you can scout the perimeter and see what's going on around it, maybe we can get a better idea of what's going on in the camp.
Alright. I have to make a Constitution saving throw. Oh, so I'm going to take 1 level of exhaustion for doing this.
Okay.
Cool! Alright, so I'm going to set out on a wide circuit around the camp. I'm going to use my natural explorer abilities, obviously. So I'm going to travel stealthily, which in this particular circumstance basically means I'm doing my best not to lay any tracks as I go. Where's my... There it is. Okay. Oh, I also won't get lost. So, during the hour that I'm gone, what are you two doing?
Well, I'm keeping watch over things and making sure these guys don't venture out on a perimeter check themselves.
Okay, and Thea, what are you doing?
She's probably gonna see if she can see if there's anyone like to the north or south or other directions, like maybe in the distance.
Okay. In that case, you can go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay.
Do I need to give you a check of any kind as well?
You, sir, can give me an intelligence check.
I will do just that.
Nice. You do note that the armor of these 8 hobgoblins that you've seen is similar in style and decoration, but there's actually a small difference that you haven't seen before on any other hobgoblin's armor. There are bells attached to them.
Bells?
Indeed. You obviously can't hear them over the distance, but there are bells attached to their armor. Like not a bunch of bells, they're like at the like a couple of bells at the shoulder. And it looks like they are, as you search and study, it looks like those bells are tied on by strips of random leather or cloth. Like it's not, they are not made there as a normal part of armor. They've been added probably recently.
Now I'm wondering if it's there in case of killing them or taking them down. If those bells make a loud ring noise, kind of alerts the other goblins around. Probably like an alarm or something.
Or if they quit hearing bells somewhere.
Too bad I don't have a spell that jingles and makes everybody move in a certain direction. Then we can throw spike growth on. Ooh. Maybe we can do something like that.
Oh.
Actually, if you have minor illusion, can't you do like auditory illusion?
He does not have. You can do auditory illusions or visual with minor illusions, which he doesn't have, but he does have message.
Oh, wait a second. I never even thought of that.
You can.
I could use message to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. You know, I never even thought about using it in that sense. Wow. Good call.
Now, you can only target one creature at a time with it.
Oh, of course.
It doesn't take long. It doesn't take long. About an hour after I've set out, you notice that I am approaching now from the south. I set out to the north in a wide circle around the camp. And you notice I'm coming back up from the south. And I've got an interest, it's kind of a mix of worry, excitement, and interest on my face.
Really? I thought
all worrying things.
What were you saying, Adran?
I said, oh, looked like gas to me.
I come trotting up to a halt, catching my breath, and I almost forgot to do something. So, okay, so real quick before I do that, I need to, forgot to do this earlier. Survival, okay, yep, and yep, they both work, okay, good.
That was quite a roll.
Yeah, right? And then, now I need to mark, whoa, there it is, 1 level of exhaustion. So, I now have disadvantage on all ability checks until I take a long rest.
Oh no.
Well, that's what happens when you travel more than 8 hours. Alright. So I come up to you guys, kind of breathing a little heavily, I'm looking a little winded. Still fighting fit, just a little winded. Okay.
Still kind of worrisome.
Why? I'm alright. Gasp. Drink some water.
Take a breath or two first and then tell us what you found.
Right. So, 5 hours, so it's now 5 in the afternoon, okay, because it took me an hour. 5 hours ago, 9 medium-sized creatures, they were hobgoblins, came up from the south and pitched camp here, so roughly around noon, far earlier than they should have set up camp.
Wait, you said 9?
9 of them, just 9.
Okay, I only see 8 of them out there.
An hour after they set up camp, 1 in the afternoon, I found tracks of one of the medium-sized creatures leaving the camp, heading back down to the southeast, but returning an hour later, about 2 in the afternoon.
Huh.
Another medium-sized creature returning, but with a large-sized creature. No one has left or arrived at the camp since. Out of curiosity, and I gestured down to the south, I was still more or less a mile down that way. I decided to open my senses to the world around us, and I felt the presence of 2 things out there. I felt the presence of an elemental, and shortly before getting back into sight of you 2, I sensed the presence of a fiend.
Huh.
Now, for perspective, since I'm speaking of primeval awareness, I'm going to, player permissions can see. Okay, so that means, save. You should see on the map. You see how the token now has that little glowing aura around it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That is a range of 6 miles. So somewhere within 5 miles of our current location, that's when I picked up a fiend. So I'm not terribly concerned about that. It's 5 miles away. And probably, there we go, somewhere in that-ish direction from our current position.
That could still be a problem later.
It could definitely be. But the elemental I sensed as soon as I opened my awareness to the world. So it is somewhere much closer. That was all I was able to glean.
Okay.
Now I sit down and just kind of start breathing heavily. Now, what we can do, we cannot take a long rest until 6 in the evening. So
Right.
there's still another hour unless we to wait before we can even start taking a long rest. So, Adran, it's up to you. Do you want us to move in and attack during the light of day, or do you want us to wait till 6, take a long rest, and move in at 10? Bear in mind that once we take a long rest, we cannot take another until 24 hours have passed.
Right. How are we doing on all of our gear? You know, like spell slots.
My charm is expended.
Non-magical weapons or ammunition.
I have all my arrows, my sling bullets. I have 2 hack and leaf brews left, and 1 of heart sand.
Okay.
Charm of vitality. Benefits of a potion of vitality. Of course. I have all but 1 of my spell slots. I have all of my spell slots minus 1. So I have 3 first level and 2 second level left. I believe that Thía still has all of the spells in her ring.
Yep.
Okay.
I think, Adran, you're the only one who has fully used up your magical reservoir.
So I have no spell slots at all.
I believe so. Which means you're down to cantrips only.
Yeah. So.
Your call.
And
Go ahead, Thía.
I was just going to say that Adrian's not just limited to what spells he has because he can actually fight. So.
Well, true. I was more speaking specifically of magic.
But that's specifically, do I even want to go down there without my spell slots?
One thing we can do, Thía is a pretty sneaky person.
Uh-huh. And we have smoke bombs.
So she could potentially sneak in and try and see what she can see. If that's what you want to do, Thía. Or we can simply wait until 10. Or we can go in.
Well,
How about we wait until 10? I'd rather make sure that we have everything in there just in case if something big or something elemental or something magical or some old hag decides to join in the celebration of our clashing of swords and spewing of blood.
What? You couldn't be worried about Nanny Agatha all the ways down here, are you?
Ugh. Just you mentioning her name sends shivers down my spines and tingling the tips of my ears.
Well, I figure she probably won't follow us if she doesn't feel like it.
Oh, you haven't come across her yet.
That's true, Thía. You haven't met Nanny Agatha. She's very pleasant.
Oh,
I mean,
my
is she like a
goodness.
territorial person? She's just like in her own territory. Would she track after you just because she don't like you?
We're not sure if we've been to her territory or not.
We've been to several different places as to where she just pops up out of nowhere. So we don't know if any of those places where she's popped up at, if those are even her territories. They could be somebody else's entirely.
That's fair.
Alright, so we're taking a long rest then?
I think we're taking a long rest.
All right.
I just want to make sure that we're covering all of our bases here.
Which
I'd rather go in fully prepared than just go in half-cocked.
Fair enough. So you can recover all of your spell slots, all expended resource, well, yeah, all the things that have to do with long rest. So yay,
Yes.
I am no longer under the effects of exhaustion.
Yes, I'd rather have you fully aware and ready for anything. So
I grip my stolen hobgoblin bow since that troll stepped on mine.
how does it still feel?
I
Pretty
missed.
solid?
Well, I mean, it works, obviously.
Okay.
I just missed the craftsmanship of my bow. I worked on that. Alright, so it is now 10.
I imagine it's like losing a hand or a foot.
Yeah, it felt very similar.
Okay.
It was almost as though I had lost both hands that evening. Of course, I still had my good fighting hand, as Adran can attest after our various encounters.
Just imagine if you did lose two hands, you wouldn't have been able to do a whole lot.
I wonder if I can still cast a somatic spell if I don't have my hands.
I mean, you would still be able to have your arm. You would just have a stump on the end of them.
Alright, so we are going
Yeah,
to...
but is it like finger positioning or like the way you move your hands? Or
Well, I mean, there's some spells where you have to use like finger positioning. Others, you have to have an object in your hand. But then there's some where you have to just speak it with your mouth.
Okay, so somatic. If a spell
did my
requires a
research,
somatic
buddy.
component, the caster must have free use of at least one hand to perform the gestures. So I would assume that means if you've lost both hands, nope.
You're no longer. Oh goodness, that would suck.
Considering
if,
the fact
you
that
were...
spike growth requires somatic components, that could be bad.
That would be.
Alright, so it is now 10 at night. We have taken a long rest. So...
Just a couple of bears and a bat.
oh, the memories.
Nothing much.
Let's see here. I'm getting your tokens placed, so give me 1 second. And that's odd. And... Adran, you were supposed to reset your stuff. Did you? Okay, you only reset your spell slots. Got it.
Who, me? Or...
Yes, you're Adran. Or,
I thought I reset my spell slots.
you reset your
and
spell
everything
slots, but not your hit dice or your hit points. All right, now I'm gonna move us over to the map.
else. Sorry.
So
We're gonna start all damaged and low on resources.
and my map is having a hard time loading. There we go. All right, so we are currently in difficult terrain. As per usual, the dark green area represents difficult terrain. These gray lines represent changes in the elevation, and the higher you go, well, the more you can see. I assume at this point we would all like to roll for stealth.
I second that.
Yeah, might as well.
I almost rolled survival. 18 for Varin, 28 for Thía, and 15 for Adran. Wow. Fantastic.
I don't think I got enough for rest.
Hey, it could have been a disadvantage. Just saying.
Eh.
Alright, give me 1 second. Okay, so we are behind a hill, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And you can actually see to the north some indications of light, probably from the torch. How would you like to proceed, Adran? Goodness, that
Well,
stealth roll, Thea.
And where is the camp located directly? Just on the other side of the hill?
Yes. That's a fair guess.
Oh. Well, I'd say let's go towards the torches a little bit.
Okay. Do you want to go over the hill, or...
Oh, yeah, let's go over the hill.
Okay. Actually, Thea, did you want to take lead? This is more your realm of expertise than mine. Obviously, with that stealth.
Yeah, why not? We could see what's up on the hill.
You could basically walk up there without even crouching and nobody would know you are there.
So,
Quite possibly. But there's only one way to know for sure.
so she'll go up.
Now, Adrian, while she's doing that, are you staying with your longbow, or are you equipping sword and shield?
Oh, good question. I will stick with sword and shield.
Alright, go ahead and equip it. Make sure your armor class is correct. It is correct. Your brand new magical shield is feeling very secure on your arm. Thea, which way are you going?
Had Adrian wanted us to go up all the way to the top of the mountain? Because I can do that. Or the little thing there.
Yeah, you are now at the top of the hill. And from your position... actually, I gotta zoom out a little here. Hang on a second. A little bit more. Right away, Thea, something becomes apparent to you. If I get my arrow. You can see the torches have been placed and are lit, but you can't see past the torchlight.
Huh. Yeah, that's interesting.
So
She'll probably mention that to Adrian. I mean, he's just right there next to her.
if you zoom out to about 20%, you should be able to see all the torchlights, as well as a light possibly from one of the inner tents in the middle of the camp.
That's interesting.
But it doesn't seem that you can see any of the camp's residents.
Have you noticed too that there's just enough of a shadow in between the torches where we can just barely move through?
Yeah. Well, they probably did that on purpose.
I'm almost wondering though, are those real torches or are they more like dancing flame torches?
They are real torches.
They are real. Okay.
I mean, they're flickering flame, so...
Well, with the last camp, there was somebody nearby the torches, though.
Yeah, I don't see anybody near the torches at all.
Do you want me to go further and scout out a bit and see if I can see anybody beyond the torches?
You can, but I just had a really crazy idea. I was looking in my inventory the other day, and I have 10 torches that I could possibly use at any time.
Right.
How would you guys feel if we created a diversion? We're up here on a hill. Let's light a torch. Do you think they're going to come after us?
Did you describe to Varin that they were wearing bells on their armor?
No, I did not actually.
Well, let me rephrase the
Well,
question.
could we have talked about it before
yeah,
we?
This is kind of like, is that information you would have shared with Adran after I came back and gave
Oh,
my report?
of course,
Okay.
of course. That would have been something I would have shared with him during our time of rest.
Okay, give me 1 second then. Favorite enemy. Okay. Nothing there. Okay. So I'm going to do an insight check. Not a terribly good roll. Let's see. So you mentioned that there were bells on their armor and that they were recently tied on. It didn't look like they had been crafted to be there. It was more of a recent addition.
Yes.
Which means they're probably expecting trouble. They're expecting to be ambushed, which means trying to draw them out might be more sounding the alarm to our presence rather than drawing curiosity.
But if we at least keep to the shadows and draw them towards us, we can at least get them gathered in a single area instead of having them spread out all around us, surrounding us. You know?
Possibly. I like Thea's suggestion. She is a very sneaky scout, and this would be her job.
I'm just thinking of trying to, rustle the feathers a little bit, throw them something that they're not expecting.
Then we should find out what kind of birds' feathers we're intending to rustle first.
All right.
Make sure we don't fall for a trap of any sort first.
Excellent. Excellent.
Adran, real quick, can you put the text information for message in the chat using the little speech bubble?
Message?
Yeah. So no. Go to your.
You don't have to type.
Yeah, go to your spells. And if you hover your mouse over the message cantrip, you should get a little speech bubble. Click the speech bubble. Perfect. My curiosity is, okay, so creature within range, do you have to see the creature? You point your finger towards a creature in range and whisper a message. The target and only the target hears the message.
I don't think you have to.
Right, you don't,
just have to have an intended target.
Yeah, you just have to point it in the general direction. So you can maintain communication with Thea while she scouts.
Yeah, so long as I'm in range.
Which is 120 feet. So Adran, real quick, I'm going to throw up a aura on your character token.
Okay.
120 feet. And I'm going to make it so everyone can see it. I'm going to change the color of it too, so it doesn't blend with the torchlight.
Give it like a blue or something, low key, but still, view.
How's
that
red?
Works too.
So as long as you're within that red range, Thea, he can whisper you.
Okay.
I'm almost wanting to get down from the hill and just be down on the lower level a bit.
Like right in here?
Yeah. Yeah, like right down in there.
Fair enough.
Okay.
All right, and Thea, remember that it is difficult terrain. And in the meantime, you can move on up through the very cold, dark grass.
Cold, dark grass.
20, so
30.
I'm gonna move about there.
And I just make
So now I've given Thea a message so then I can keep in contact with her.
And what's the limit of words? Is there a limit of words? No, I don't think there's a limit of how many words you can whisper. That's really cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
Alright, so Thea, from where you are, thanks to your dark vision, you can see right there and right here the structures that the Hobgoblin Watch tend to use. That they usually stand behind to provide themselves with cover.
Okay, so she's gonna try and carefully go through the area between the light the best she can, kind of do that, squeeging through a narrow pathway.
Well, you got good stealth on you.
to try and get to the other side over here. So
Alright.
I imagine you're doing like a belly crawl.
yeah, might as well. That way they don't notice her. You know, kind of an army crawl type of thing going
Yep.
on.
And just there, so you can just barely see it. There's the shape of someone standing just behind that little palisade. And you
Yeah.
can just barely discern another similar shape there. They don't seem to have noticed you.
Okay.
Can you see them at all?
And you will recall from our previous engagements with these creatures, Thea, that they fight as well in the dark as we do.
Right. She's gonna scooch forward just a little bit more. And she's gonna, like, kind of muffled into her clothing, say, I see a couple. Do these guys have any bells on them, or am I not able to see because of it being
Given the
like
darkness, I would say give me a perception check.
That's fair.
With disadvantage because they are effectively in dim light to you.
Yes.
Okay. There we go.
You know, you're down in the grass, lots of grass, tall, thick, and you're really down low near to the ground. They're standing in dim light. It's really hard to tell.
Okay.
You can almost feel the cold seeping into your muscles.
Well,
And Adrian, you would, since you messaged her earlier, you now receive a quick whisper back that she sees two figures.
Okay.
she'll move a bit closer to this one over here.
Okay, you can see that the silhouette of this person is staring out into the torchlight with subtle movements of the head. This is not a person who's asleep. This is a person whose eyes are roaming about, searching the ring of light.
Gotcha.
But it does not seem that he has heard you.
Just be really, really careful. They do have bells, and it looks like when I saw them during the day, they had bells wrapped on their shoulder armor.
So
And you should also be able to see now the tents.
she'll respond with, "Okay, there are tents."
Realize if you go beyond this point here, I will not be able to keep in contact with you.
That's
she's still got a bit of range.
Okay.
yeah.
So from
She's just right here.
You should. Do you see the arrow them making?
Oh yeah,
So
I do.
That's more or less the circumference, the range.
This is where she's at right now. Is
That's
I
right.
took the gas, guys. Come on, I can't see.
That is
I
true.
can see
You
the
can't see where
circle
she
from
is.
over here, but in here it is dark.
Okay, so she's going to try and move over here. Thinking that maybe if she can get behind him without anyone else noticing, that maybe she can get a load of his armor a little bit better. And she'll go like right here. And does his silhouette look like it has something extraneous on the shoulders?
Let me double check your dark vision. How that works. Oh, I did not add it to your character sheet. Oh wait, no I did. There it is. And it's only the abbreviated one. Silly me. Alright, so you treat dim light within the radius as if it were bright, but you're in darkness, so you're treating it all as dim light. Go away, you. Give me another perception check, so it's disadvantage.
Okie doke.
Thank you, Adran.
Hmm.
You can see him somewhat better, but fine details in the dark are proving to be very difficult to spot.
Okay.
You might have to stand up.
She'll take a quick look around.
All seems
Be like-
quiet. It's a little eerily
Hey, remember
quiet.
she had better stealth than we did.
Say what, Adran?
She'll
I said, hey, remember she had better stealth than we did.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that she's not nervous. She's gonna go ahead and silently stand up in her spot and see if that allows her to see better.
I won't have you roll a perception check for this since you've changed the angle of sight. With the torchlight, with him between you and the torchlight, you are definitely able to see the alteration to his armor and how it stands out against his other shoulder. He has bells.
He has bells. Okay, and Adrian's not sent a message recently, so she can't respond.
Yeah, he has. He was mistakenly warning you not to go too far.
Yes. Not
But
to
she
go
already
too
responded with that
That
by
is true.
saying there's
So you have to wait for Adrian to message you before you reply again.
and
far. So you see bells on his shoulder? Or anywhere?
she'll get down to the ground first so she can just kind of muffle it. Well, she'll move first and just muffle it and be like, yeah, bells there.
Okay, that's going to be a problem. Especially if we try to kill them individually one at a time. Those bells are going to sound. I'm not sure how loudly they'll sound, but if they make a noise, that's going to attract a lot of attention.
Now, Thea, you do have very fast hands.
She does. Well, she also had a thought of going here and looking in the tent. No, they might have put bells on the flaps.
If you can get really, really close to a tent and just observe with your eyes, do not touch the tent in any way, shape, or form, I'd say go do it. But if you feel like you can't, don't risk it.
So she will try and see if there's anything strange about the tent compared to this tent compared to the tents that we had come upon in the other camp, because those tents were in the dark also.
Right, so you're going to search, so go ahead and give me a excuse me, perception check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Ooh, that's much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, these tents look like they could have been made from the same cloth as the previous tents. They are set up in exactly the same manner, the exact same fashion, the exact same material. You don't notice anything especially dangerous about the tents in terms of like any sort of traps or alarm bells. But if something occurs to you that you also don't hear anything inside it either. No snores, no breath, no movement.
Huh.
Are you still within range that we can talk?
Uh-huh. I don't hear anyone in the tent here.
So the tents are empty.
At least this one. Huh.
I don't think you have enough time to go around and checking every tent.
How about I steal the bells off of one of the guys?
If you can have fast hands, or if you have fast enough hands, I'd say go for it.
Sounds like permission to me.
There are those
You
who
really
I don't
go,
know.
I have my sword and shield in hand, and I will go running ahead and making sure that we have your back on this.
So she'll go ahead and she'll crawl behind this guy. And she'll subtly take out her daggers to try and like grab onto the bells and cut the bell off.
All right. Give me a sleight of hand check, please. Using dexterity.
Is it at normal or
yes,
disadvantage?
it would be at normal.
All right.
Oh, with a nat 20. You're pretty sure a fly wouldn't have heard you, or felt you, or even sensed your hand moving over its own body. And the bells are now in your pocket. But I will say, if you want to move from the spot, you'll have to give me another stealth check.
That's fair. And here
Or,
we go.
oh, there you go. Yep, you are returned to silent. Now so this person, I'm going
back up a bit.
I'm going to put a marker on this token to indicate that he no longer has bell. What should I use for this? Sure, a bleeding eye.
She'll head over to the other guy while waiting for Adran to talk again.
Well, were you successful? Because I still haven't heard anything.
One is without bells. I'm going to try the other.
You hear the one that you're approaching now shuffling his feet. It's a pretty cold night. He must be kind of restless. He might be a little bit more dangerous to approach in that regard.
Varin, since you're right next to me.
Yep.
Would you like to head forward and take out the guard with no bells?
There's a guard with no bells? You'll recall you haven't told Varin any of that's gone between you and Thea.
Thea removed all the bells of one guard.
Which guard?
The guard to the right of us.
The southern one. Got it.
The southern one.
Alright. I just kind of slowly slink down into the grass and start my own belly crawl. So I'm going to go ahead and move myself 35 feet up. I know it's difficult terrain, but we're not exactly in combat either. Thea, since I've moved, what are you doing?
Well, the other one went well.
You're going to try to remove bells on the other one?
Yeah, let's see. What is her passive? Perception is a 14, which means that she can't really tell that Varin's there, so...
Correct. Unless Adran tells you that I'm moving up.
I have already informed that Varin is going to be moving up and taking out the guard that you removed the bells from.
Okay.
Alright, what are you proceeding to do, Thea?
She's gonna move this way.
Okay.
And she's gonna wait a bit.
I had to double check what
Do you feel more comfortable to have Varin go up and meet you? And then talk things through.
Because of how close she is to the one guy, she's gonna stay silent for right now.
Alright.
Now, bear in mind with message, when you reply back to the person who messaged you, you reply in a whisper that no one else can hear.
Oh, gotcha. She'll be like, I'm. This guy here is a little too antsy for me to feel comfortable. I could try though.
All right.
All right.
If you feel up to it, go for it. If not, hold back.
So, while you get ready to do that, Thea, I'm going to pull out my sling. And, like before, I'm going to make a... this is a grapple check, so I guess I messed up before, but I'm still going to go ahead and make a sling attack, since I am attacking with the sling just as an improvised weapon.
All right.
And... here we go. With advantage because I'm attacking from unseen. Genius. So 14 and 19. Either one would have hit. That is fantastic. Alright, so I just loop my sling right across his throat and lean back into it. He is surprised and was not expecting this to happen. So let's see. Okay. Alright. Thea, you don't hear what I'm doing or see? What are you doing?
She'll move behind him.
Okay.
Take a deep breath and stand up and try and get those bells.
Alright, give me a sleight of hand check.
Alright.
Uh-oh. Now, recall. So, as far as I'm concerned, you're giving me a sleight of hand check to remove the bells with your action. You can use your bonus action for fast hands to attempt a sleight of hand check again.
Yeah, let's do that. See if we can recoup this somehow.
Okay.
Let's do it.
14 versus... Ow, my shoulder. Alright, so... here's the thing. You cut the bells free, and they jingle as they come off.
Okay.
So, he is surprised, so he doesn't get any movement, action, or bonus action, or reaction. But you've used your action and your bonus action. So he is now aware of you, but has not been able to act yet. So what I'm going to have us do, we're going to, kind of like what the last time we did when we rolled initiative the last time, we're just going to go ahead and roll initiative, each of us, and proceed in initiative order.
Okay.
And we're going to treat the first round as though it's, a round of surprise. So go ahead and select your tokens and roll for initiative.
Take over the road. Guys, we take over the road.
Adran? There you are. Wow, Adran beat us both.
Good job.
Nice work.
Really? I'm the furthest away.
You're
Well,
also
I
the most
think it's
relaxed.
because he's just so antsy to get in and join the fray.
Yeah, that. Because, your underlings are so far away from you, you can't watch out for us. Oops. Okay. So there we go. And then, okay, so, he is, wait, where is he? There he is. He is surprised, doesn't get to act. He is surprised, and that's one of his rounds of trying to get air gone. Adran, let's see, how far are you from where Thea is? I gotta zoom out here.
Honestly, in my my view screen right now, I cannot see anything because it's so dark over there.
True, but it is a very quiet night. You would have heard the jingle of a bell. So you know that Thea was making a grab for the bell, and then you hear a jingle. You are smart enough to assume that didn't quite go as smoothly as the first time did.
Okay, so I heard exactly where the jingles are.
Yes.
I'm kind of honing in on the target. I want to send magic missile to that target.
Let me see. Give me the text for magic missile real quick. Let's make sure and see if you need to see your target. You have to be able to see the target.
Ah, nuts.
Sorry, man. But you can attempt to firebolt.
Firebolt. Yes, of course. So let's see. Some of my pages ended up getting mixed.
No worries.
Okay, I will now use Firebolt in that direction. Whoa, no, come back here. My page keeps on disappearing. Sorry.
Technical difficulties.
Okay, let's do Firebolt in that direction.
15 hits for 15 fire damage.
Nice. Wow. That is awesome.
Very nice. The guy is instantly bloodied and burnt. Ouch. Nice shot.
And I am now going to move as far as I can. Am I, the terrain that I'm in right now, is that
You are
easy terrain
No,
or is it tough
you are
terrain?
in difficult terrain.
I'm in difficult.
Yes.
All right. So I can only move about, 3 squares, I believe.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Yep. And I guess that'll end my turn.
Alright, Thea. A bolt of flame comes flashing out of the night and smites into this person who has just turned around and is standing almost eye to eye with you.
Okay.
Your turn, kid.
Well, as part of her attack action, she's gonna pull out one of her short swords, and I guess she'll attack.
Now, the thing is, you don't have advantage because you've been revealed.
Right.
Excuse me.
I'd have to roll it at normal, and I don't have sneak attack, but if I have 2 weapons, I can, as my bonus, attack with the other.
The other thing you can do, you can use your bonus action to go ahead and try and hide because you are in tall, thick grass. That is not normal terrain. It is, natural element. I would allow that for Mask of the Wild. Or you can use fast hands to try and do another sleight of hand to cause him a hindrance of one kind or another. For example, you could use fast hands to try and undo his belt. And that might...
Sure, why not? let's go ahead and do that.
All right, give me a sleight of hand check. And it's going to be contested by him. Wait, no, it has been his turn, so a surprise for him is over. So give me a sleight of hand check, and he's going to try and beat you with a dexterity check of his own.
That wasn't a good one.
That was not a good one. Wow. But you are just fast enough to slip in ahead of his hand, grab his belt buckle, and drop his pants. You pantsed him.
Whoa.
His feet are tangled. I will allow advantage on your attack roll for sneak attack.
All right.
I love rogues.
So let's go ahead. Since I used my bonus, I guess I might as well stick with the dagger I have in my hands already.
Yeah, that is a good point. You did draw a dagger out to try and cut the belt off.
So let's go ahead and do that.
The dagger, whatever. Bells. That's the word I was looking for. All right, so 11
That was not good.
is a glancing blow. So you hit him for 4 damage total.
Okay.
All right, so that was your action. Your bonus action, you can try and move away, but that will provoke an attack of opportunity.
Nah, might as well stay.
Fair enough. All right. And as for myself, I hear and see what's going on. I grit my teeth, and I just keep on tugging on that sling, trying not to let this guy get away. He has until his next turn to try and break free and get air.
Almost imagining back in my day.
Alright, so that was round 1. Surprise round is over.
Now everybody is alerted to our presence.
Oh yeah, especially with that flash of fire that kind of woke people up, if you know what I mean. Alright, so where's this guy?
So hopefully all of the tents are empty.
We are about to find out. Wow, the guy clear on the opposite, like literally the opposite side of the camp from us is the winner of initiative.
Go dude.
Right? Okay, so 10, 20, 25, 30.
That'll be the guy I kill last. No.
And then he's going to dash for another 30. You can hear the jingle of a bell as someone breaks into a run on the far side of the camp from us. Next is...
It's about to get a little noisy, guys.
Or noisier.
Yeah. Where is... There it is. There we go. It is now the turn of the hobgoblin in front of you, Thea.
Okay. Come at me, bro.
Now, the thing is, his pants are still around his ankles. So that's kind of awkward for him.
So he's at a disadvantage.
In a lot of ways, I mean, have you ever tried to move with your pants down around your ankles? Do you know how difficult it is?
It's a challenge.
Yes.
Really.
So yeah, I think it's totally fair that he has disadvantage on these attacks as he makes 2 swings with his short sword, because he has to
Good job, Thea.
pull it out of his belt that's now on the ground. Okay. So wait, why did it not roll with disadvantage? I had it marked. Okay, whatever. So with disadvantage, that means you are not hit with a crit. Instead, an attack is going to hit for 7 damage unless you want to use Uncanny Dodge.
Might as well, yeah.
Okay, wrong sheet here. Disadvantage. And then his second
remember
attack.
too, you also had a spell on your ring called Shield.
There is that. You can use Shield or you can use Uncanny Dodge. And what is
I'll
your...
use Uncanny Dodge.
Okay. So his next attack misses you entirely. So 7 becomes 3.
1, 2, 3. Okie dokie.
You want to save that shield spell for when you're facing a real critical, I imagine.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely fair. Gotta zoom out again so I can figure out where the next guy's turn is.
Well, not for a real crit, but for something that's like maybe I'm more damaged because like a crit hits regardless.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right, so having just swung at you twice and only hit once, he is now going to use his bonus action to disengage
And pull his pants up.
and as he,
Not or trip over his pants.
and he starts hopping away. He actually, so he hops to the space next to you and then just starts running because he left his pants behind. In a way, you might say that you scared him out of his pants.
Not everybody appreciates being pants.
I can't imagine
If you don't
why.
have one, that would be a great inspirational spot.
Say what now?
I said if she doesn't have one, it would be a great inspirational
Unfortunately, she does have one because that was a beautiful use of fast hands.
point. Oh gosh.
All right, that one's going to dash to get anywhere close. And you can now hear voices raising up, "Alarm! Alarm! Intruders in the camp!" Wait, you don't actually know the language. Whatever. You just hear the voices. You can.
It's wah wah.
Yeah,
wah,
you can.
wah,
Yeah, you can
wah.
kind of guess like what the general tone is. Yeah, right.
Yeah. I do speak Goblin.
You do.
A little bit.
So this hobgoblin is on his way to investigate where that flash of fire came from, and let's see, has a dash and gets to right next to me, and is very surprised to see one of his watchmates being choked. All right, this guy is going to come this way. What does he have? And he's going to dash.
One of those. Why did the bells not work for that one, but worked for another person?
Right?
Confusion.
Yeah, he just comes around the tent and he just finds, he's just like just choking this guy out. He's like, wait, what?
That's not where I expected the problem to be.
Alright, so it is now, I need to check the rules on strangulation. Oh, right. Other thing.
Let's see. Rules on strangulation. If one does not breathe, one cannot play.
Where is it? I used to know where it was. I promise. Saving throws. Okay. I have to search for it, apparently. Oh, suffocation. That's what I should be searching for. One plus his constitution modifier. I'm out of breath or is choking. At the start of its next turn, drops to 0 hit points and is dying. So, the hobgoblin I'm choking goes unconscious. Because it's the start of his turn and he was not able to break free. So he is now dying. Well, I forget.
Such a harsh word. Why don't you say he is trying to live?
Well, he's not succeeding to
Trying
live.
his utmost. It's just Varin's will for him to die is greater than his will to live.
Precisely. Adran, it is now your turn.
It is. Well, I'm still far away.
You are.
Yeah. Maybe I should have been moving up while you guys were going in. I don't know.
Lessons learned.
Yeah, lessons learned. Let's see. I just wish it was a little bit brighter so then I can see what's going on.
That is
where-
kind of the cost of waiting until nightfall.
Touche.
But, dancing lights, isn't that a bonus action?
I thought that was a cantrip.
It is a cantrip.
Cantrips and spells have different times that they can
Hey.
go off in.
Yes, but it is an action. So sorry.
It is.
But yes, it is an action, so.
So if
Well, you can do it and still move.
yeah, you just
Oh,
can't attack.
I just can't attack and I can't get there.
Now, I will
Fast
say
enough.
that you can hear, so you know where people are. You just cannot see. The thing is, they also cannot see you.
That's true, so
So there's no advantage. There's no disadvantage for you.
I was actually just about ready to say that. It's like it is advantage that they don't know where I am, but it's also disadvantage I can't see them.
Precisely. So you can make attacks as normal. It's just you can't use any of your, for example, magic missile.
Yeah. Too bad. But hey, firebolt still can work.
That is true.
Let's see. I'm going to move 1, 2, 3 squares. I feel like I can move just a little further, right? But
3
no,
squares because of
not.
difficult terrain.
30 feet. So
Oh, excuse
I
me.
moved a little further. I can see the wall right over there.
Hmm.
So I figure the guy that Thea scared out of his pants is no longer there.
You would be able to discern more or less his position by the sound of him running.
Yeah. And I'm guessing he's like over here or something.
Sorry, send me that ping again.
I'm guessing he's about like over here. Or...
Well, if that's what
There.
Adrian thinks it is. I mean,
Like there?
Like right there.
No,
Yeah.
I'm asking, is that where you were pinging? I'm missing where you were pinging.
Yeah, that's basically where I was pointing.
Okay. You can make an attack roll. If that's what you want.
it'll be
I
interesting.
think from your guys' laughter is I'm completely missing him.
It doesn't matter. You gotta do what you gotta do.
You know what? I want to put right in this area dancing lights.
I can't.
That's probably a better choice.
I can't imagine why. Now you may recall, you do have your spell effects, so you should be able to drag one out and place it wherever you want.
Yeah. Let me try pulling that up.
Yeah, I actually do want you to try it because I wanted to see if it worked or not.
Yeah. No, I really want to see if it'll work too.
It'll be awesome.
Let's see. Adran spells, effects, dancing lights.
So just like you would with your character, with placing your character token, you're going to click and drag and place it where you want it. Well, you
That's
placed
so
it.
cool.
No, I wanted to put it like up over here.
You can use Yeah, I'll allow you to place it there, and then you can use a
Yeah.
bonus action to move it. Now, are you summoning up with just one light with dancing lights?
I wanted to sum up at least 3.
You can pull it. Actually, hang on.
You can pull up
Because
to
can
4
I
of
have
them.
up to 6? I think.
You can have it.
You have up to 4 torches, so
There you go. 3.
Oh, why? Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You can place them where you want them.
they do have to be
Within a certain range, right? Like 20 feet of each other.
yeah, they have to be 20 feet from each other. So
And you can.
you have options.
Yeah, you can also use a bonus action on your turn to move all the lights you conjure up. If that makes sense.
So can I not do that right now?
You can you can do that right now. So you can basically just
Okay.
conjure up 3 lights right there, and then use your bonus action to move them where you want. And you already moved, right? After all the rules, I'm like, wait.
Yeah. I move first, and then I cast dancing lights so then I can see where everything is.
Cool. All right then.
And
think
that'll end my
reasonable.
turn.
Thea, what'd you say?
I said that seems reasonable.
Alrighty then. Excellent maneuvering with all those things. Thea, it is now your turn.
Well then, I think she's going to use her bonus to disengage.
There's no one to disengage from.
Oh, are they a distant? Oh yeah, there's a square between her and them.
Yep. I mean, you can still
Never
disengage if you want. But you can actually see, thanks to the fact of Adran's dancing lights, that normal terrain is right there.
Yeah, well, she might as well try and go back to her good old standby. She'll pull out her longbow and drop her dagger,
Okay.
and she'll go ahead and attack the one that she's already pantsed. Might as well try and get as many people off of the field as possible.
Sure. Now he is no longer pantsed. You know, he's just running with no pants on. So there's no more advantage unless you can find a way to
Right.
generate that advantage.
Pants on.
She'll just roll it at normal.
Fair enough.
So.
A 22 is going to hit.
Oh God.
For 10 damage. Your shot buries its head in his spine, and he drops limp and dead.
And then she'll stealth and move, because that's what she does best.
That is what she does. Wow. Fantastic.
Very well, so she'll move here.
Excellent. Fantastic. You just hear the hobgoblin now behind you, like, huh? Like, you don't understand the words, but you can get a pretty good idea. He's like, what just happened?
I think it's one of those WTF is universal.
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot?
Yes.
What
Yes, that.
just happened?
Nani?
Let's move here. Sorry, double checking something. Someone else comes up.
What is that?
Comes rushing up out of the tent. Where is it? There it is. And
He probably thinks he's important.
you can see, as he comes rushing out, that a glittering dome appears and surrounds him.
Aww.
As his hand twists through a complicated gesture, and he utters a strange cry, and magic surges through the air. But then he takes his action, and you can, well, I guess you can't really see him. I guess only I can see him. He makes a quick movement with his hand, and this hits the ground. Adran, please roll me a d4.
Sure.
All right. Brilliant light shatters the night around me, and for one round, as long as I'm within 20 feet of that thing, I am blind.
Oh.
As he throws a
That's unfortunate.
As he throws a glowstone onto the ground right at my feet.
Oh gosh.
And I need to.
But hey, now I can really see what's going on.
Right. You just hear a startled like "ow" from me. All right, so there we go, and that's it for his turn. It is now my turn, and I'm blind.
So you're gonna attack with disadvantage.
Actually, because
Or dodge.
of the positioning, the hobgoblin I'm faced with is also blind.
Oh.
So I pull out my short sword and attack as normal. No way I crit. I'm so throwing Colossus
No.
Slayer on that.
Awesome.
Oh. So I'm gonna say he's gonna die.
How does
that's
he
30
die?
That's 30 damage.
My blind friend.
Oh my gosh. That is a total
Good job.
of 38 damage. Adran, it's actually kind of a horrifying sight for you to see, as you know I'm blind because my eyes are squeezed shut and I have my free arm wrapped around my eyes because I'm in such visual agony, and then my free hand, moving almost of its own will, snaps out my sword, slams it into the heart of this creature twice in a row.
Completely by chance. Obviously.
And then I'm going to turn my back on this brilliant sphere of pain.
Right, like.
Oh my eyes! Oh. You can't see me from where because of the tent, but you just hear my voice like, my eyes, my eyes.
I'm actually quite shocked that he didn't run into a tent because of his blindness.
I imagine I went by feel. His hand waving in front of me. He's like, oh, I feel the objects move. And then a shuddering roar rips through the night air.
Oh no.
And there's the sound of soil being ripped apart. The tent goes flying. A tent goes ripping aside.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Ah!
I wonder if this guy got blinded too. No.
He was in a tent, I think.
And a massive bulk. There we go. Comes shuddering the earth into view.
Gesundheit?
I'm no longer in the bright light, so I no longer have disadvantage. Or rather, I'm not blind anymore. Or brilliant light.
Is there any way you could take that red aura thing off of me?
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
I just realized I'm no longer talking in messages anymore.
Right?
Yeah,
That makes it
we
slightly
could
easier.
probably shout at each other
A little
and
better.
we'd be in the same situation.
You're right.
Thank you. What the?
Oh,
wave of ice that rolled on my screen.
I blink my eyes clear of the brilliant light just in time to take a boulder. And 27
Yeah.
bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
wow, dude.
Ouch.
It does shatter on impact, so there is that.
Doesn't
That's
make it
part
hurt
of it.
less.
No.
Well, this thing's got accuracy. Wow.
Well, if you needed sling ammo, you might be able to find it easy now.
And then this creature comes dashing up to me. And is out of and doesn't have an action. Actually, no, he does have an action. He has a bonus and he uses bonus action to dash. So he's going to attack me. The 20 hits for 4 damage, and then he gets in that 1. Ow!
That seems like it hurt
Yeah, that hurt.
a bit.
Alrighty then. Where's this guy? Oh, there he is.
He's
30.
awesome dude from across the camp who's like totally on it.
Right? The only one who is the first to respond is just now getting into the fight.
Jeez. First responder.
Alright, so
Everyone
this guy
else
gets
is
up to
lucky.
me.
He was a first responder.
And he's going to attack me. Okay, that's weird. The 17 is gonna hit, the 20 is gonna hit. And Adran, would you roll me 2d6?
Sure. Here we go.
Please roll low. You did not roll low. Alright, so that is 21 points of damage you just dealt to me, and I am unconscious.
Oh no! Oh no!
I'm sorry, maybe you should have had Thea roll.
So that no, not that. So I am now unconscious, prone, and dying.
Oh, dang.
Alright, so this guy is going to search for you, Thea. Can you scroll up and tell me what your stealth roll was earlier?
Sure.
He gets a 13 trying to search for you.
It was a 24.
He has no idea where you are, or why there's a glowing orb around and beside him. Adran.
Maybe it's the orb that attacked him.
Right?
His friend.
I mean, they did, like, one appeared and then his friend died and he's like, what's going on here? Adran, it's now your turn. You can hear the howls of triumph from these enemies further up.
I see something like right here.
I'm
In
not
my
sure where
view.
here is.
See my circle?
No. Oh, there it is. Yeah,
Hello.
you do see a figure there. You also know that that's where the howls of triumph is coming from, and you also know that's where I ran.
Yeah. So I'm gonna throw a firebolt at him.
Okay. And you are, I believe, concentrating on dancing lights, aren't you?
Yes I am.
Okay. Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay.
I added a token to
1,
indicate that you're
2,
concentrating.
3. So 1, 2, and 3. There's 3 squares.
Excellent.
Now I'm gonna use firebolt on that big giant hideous thing that threw a rock at you.
I appreciate that. You can see him over the tents, just so you know.
Yeah, I know. I see
It's a
something
tall
popping
one.
up over there, but I'm not sure exactly what it is. But I'm still gonna fire my firebolt at him.
22 to hits for sure. And flame. There's a brief moment here, Adran, as your firebolt sizzles into this creature's face, that you are able to see his face, and he has only one eye in the center of his forehead.
Are you kidding me?
You can use your bonus action to move the lights if you wish.
Yes, I'm going to use my bonus action and move. Oh gosh, there's one.
They are very small lights. I apologize.
Yeah.
And Thea,
I
with
think you have to remain
just is
20
what it is,
within
so.
from one, yeah.
sorry, Thea, what were you saying?
Oh, that they have to remain 20 from another one of them.
Correct.
So
All right. Is that it for you,
It should be
Adran?
about 20 feet. Say what?
I think that's within 20 feet of each other.
I believe so.
I'm not sure where your third one went.
The
Oh,
third
it's
one
right
went
above me.
somewhere over here.
Yeah, it's right above me.
Yeah.
Thea, with that positioning of lights, you can see that I am prone. And I look pretty messed up.
Yeah, we got to get to him or get those other guys away from him.
well, she's gonna try and take that guy out. More people off of the field.
Okay.
And she's gonna go ahead and try and use her feet to do it, because if she can get him down in one shot, would be awesome.
Wow. 18 hits for 29 damage. But he is not dead. Badly wounded. In case you couldn't tell from his hit point.
So then she'll go ahead and stealth.
Nice.
And move. Just gonna move here.
How far was that? 10 feet?
Yeah.
10,
But she's
20.
still in rough terrain, so.
Yeah, so that's 20 feet.
Right, but she doesn't want to move any closer in.
Right, because the next step would take you out of your stealth covering.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. The person who threw that hideous blinding item, the light winks out.
Huh.
And let's see.
The glowing stone is no longer glowing.
Correct. So, I need to check something. Okay, so that is... He's supposed to be marked with concentration. There we go. And... Okay, what's the range on this? 60 feet, okay. And then... Perfect. Alright, where is his thing? There it is. Something appears right next to you, Adran.
What the heck is that? It looks like chains.
Thea, would you please roll me 1d20 plus 3? And Adran, what is your armor class?
My armor class right now, I believe, is at a 20.
Thank you. This chain appears and slams against your shield as it tries to attack you.
What the? Yeah, wait, what?
And it hovers in midair.
It's a
Huh.
chain?
And
I don't have
then
time for this.
you recall that cantrip that our friend, I believe Antenua, used to use, the Sacred Flame?
Yeah, I remember that.
A bolt of flame comes roaring out of the night sky and smites the grass at your feet, just barely missing you.
Gosh.
Actually, no, I need a dexterity save from you, please.
Yeah, you do.
I misread that. My bad. Now you also...
You can do it.
You do have Shield Master, don't you? So you
pretty
get
sure
to
I do.
add your shield's armor class bonus to any dexterity saving throw you make. So that becomes what? 27? Because you have a magic shield now.
Yeah.
So you get a 27 and you are not struck by the flames.
Wow.
Pretty nice. Alright,
I love my shield.
it is now my turn. Death saving throw. Please beat a 10. I beat a 10. That is one success.
Nice.
Man, those attacks really hurt.
I bet.
Alright. Clumping over the tents and stepping right through them, as in stomping on them. 50. There. Hi there, Adran.
Oh, hey, he's coming after me.
And that's all he gets to do
Okay.
for his turn, because he dashed.
Yay.
Right?
Well, that's, something, at least.
And he is going to search for you, Thea. Remind me, please, what your stealth check was?
It was a 24.
The most recent one was a 19.
Yeah, it was a 19.
So he's going to search for you. Cannot
Nice.
find you.
It was-
Oh, this guy, way over here. Forgot about him. Alrighty. And... Okay, sorry. Grab some here. Where is it? Alright. This guy is now not worrying about me. But he does know that something's going on behind him. Wait, he can't go there. That's occupied space. There. Well, I'm not used to dealing with such a big guy.
No, I just think it's funny. He's like, well, I want to go. Oh.
I don't want to get close to
Sorry,
that
dude.
thing.
I didn't mean to intrude on your spot, guy. Sorry.
And he's gonna dash. There we go. Wait, nope. One down. There we go. Alrighty. And this guy is no longer worried about me because I seem to be very dead. And this guy's gonna search for you, Thea. Against your 19 stealth. You see this guy's eyes rake over the ground like 2 feet away from your foot. This guy is also going to search for you. You notice that these aren't, with the big guy heading after Adran, these smaller guys don't seem all that interested in going after Adran. They're more interested in trying to figure out where you went. Good grief.
I think they're kind of confident in their friend's ability to, smash things.
Quite probably. Adran, it is now your turn.
You said I can use dancing lights with my bonus action, right?
Correct.
All right. Bonus action. I'm gonna throw lights right in front of this guy to
Okay.
distract him.
Okay.
Maybe even throw one right at his face.
Right in front of his eye.
Right in front of his eye.
You know,
Then,
I would say that is effectively blinding him.
then I want to use my inspiration point to give me advantage and throw firebolt at him.
Now I will say, because you have blinded him with a clever use of dancing lights, you don't need to use your inspiration point. You have advantage because you blinded him.
Oh. Good to know.
He was blinded by magic.
And you can see him.
Blinded by the light.
I was thinking of the song "She Was Blinded by Science."
I've never heard that song.
It's an old
Neither have I.
one.
But now I just realized I can see him.
Mm-hmm. Like I mentioned.
And I'm also at a pretty good distance away.
Magic missile.
I'm also at advantage.
Well,
I'm going to use my magic missile.
Magic missile won't care about advantage because it's an automatic hit.
It's an automatic hit.
Correct. So
Mhm.
go ahead and roll.
Ah,
If you have another spell that uses a ranged spell attack,
well, then that would actually be my firebolt.
Yeah. Magic missile is a for sure hit.
it's your
Okay.
guarantee.
And it's also his only ranged spell aside from firebolt.
Okay. Well, then I guess I'm just gonna have to change my tactics a little bit. I'm still going to fight with advantage,
Okay.
and I will use firebolt against him.
Okay. 23 hits for another 11 points of fire damage. I clicked on the wrong thing. There we go. Nice.
Then I'm going to use my action surge,
Okay.
which then I go back to normal,
Okay.
right?
No, because the light is still right in front of his eyes. Excuse me,
Okay.
eye.
Well, I'm still going to use my action surge.
Okay.
And from there, I will use magic missile on him.
All right, hit the button. So that is 5 times 3. That's going to be 50. Excuse me. Are you sending every single dart at him?
Yes, indeed.
All right, that is going to be 15 points of damage. Nice. And don't forget to burn an action surge and a spell
And
slot.
I will use one spell slot.
All right. Anything else for you, sir?
Well, let's see. If I retreat a little bit, that will put me at some distance. Will the chain have a way of attacking me?
I don't believe so. In fact, I'm pretty sure not because it's not a creature.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a creature,
Well-
so I'm gonna rule no attack of opportunity from that.
Okay, so I'm just going to move 1, 2, 3 spots back. And that's literally as far as I can go.
And that will trigger an attack of opportunity from something you didn't know was there.
Oh, crap.
I get 24 to hit you. You can't see. Oh wait. Does shield require you to see the attack? One reaction which you take when you are hit by an attack or targeted by the magic missile spell. So no, it does not require you to see the attack. So you can use shield, the shield spell, or take the 12.
I'll take the 12 for now.
All right, go ahead and damage yourself for 12 damage. As
Alright.
you back away from the chain and the nearing behemoth, the chain doesn't move, but some fist slams against your jaw for a punishing
Ouch.
12 points. Thea, it is now your turn. You know where I am.
Okay.
You know I'm down. You know that I do have I have 3 potions of healing, including the very powerful heart sand.
So she's going to use her bonus to dash, and
I
Get
will
here.
point out, in order to get there,
what she's going to do is she's going to go around the thing.
oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
And she can make it if she dashes. So she's going to use her bonus action to dash,
Fair enough.
and then she'll use one of her hacking leaf brews.
Which is 4d8. You can also use one of my hack and leaf brews or my heart sand. Heart sand is a supreme, equivalent to a supreme. So it's 10d4 plus 20.
10d4 plus 20.
Whereas the hack
Where's
and
hack-
leaf, I believe, is equivalent to a superior.
Okay, so
Yeah, superior.
we should probably save the.
So 8d4 plus 8 or 10d4 plus 20.
Are we at the point where we need the plus 20 and the 8d4? Because
That's up to you. I'm unconscious.
okay, she's just gonna use one of the hack and leaf brews.
All right.
So
Go ahead and roll.
you said it's
And are you using one of mine or one of yours?
one of mine.
Okay.
And I've taken it off my thing.
All right. Would you like to roll
So-
8d4 plus 8?
4 plus 8.
Wow, 28. I am more or less about half my health now. Thank you for bringing me back to the fight. Mark that off and mark that off. There we go. I am still prone,
Yeah.
but now I'm conscious.
And
So that was your bonus action, your action. I'm not sure exactly how far you moved.
she moved the full of her movement and dash because I counted the fact that the darker green is difficult terrain and that the lighter green's is regular, right?
Yes. Perfect.
Okay, so that's the full of her movement just getting there.
Thank you very much, Thea.
Uh-huh,
I was worried.
of course.
Anything you want to say as Varin opens his eyes, looking almost like like my nose got bloodied by that big boulder.
She'll be like, shh, they're searching for me, and she'll point the direction that they are, and the big one's that way. And she'll point towards the other one.
Right. All right. Anything else from you, Thea, or I think that's about it.
That's about
Were you-
it.
Okay.
You want to, let him know where Adran is?
I don't think she knows where Adran is.
You have a vague idea. In fact, I think
A very
I think
big,
you're
vague idea.
actually
She'll say, I think the big one's going after Adran.
you actually have direct line of sight on him, and he's in torchlight now.
Oh, okay. Okay, she'll say Adran's that way.
Fair enough. All right. So this fellow.
Hello?
Okay. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can too. I've just been trying to mute when she gets louder.
Fair enough. 10, 20. Yeah. And he is, Adran, I need another dexterity saving throw from you. Oh, wrong button from you. Silly me. Need another dexterity saving throw from you, sir.
Here we go. Oh, you know what?
You
I'm
still
sorry.
have
I
advantage?
had that on advantage.
That's okay. You still get to add. I mean, you would have passed anyways, but you do. With your Shield Master feat, do you get to? Does that require an action to add? Let's see. You can add your shield's AC bonus to any dexterity saving throw you make against a spell or other harmful effect that targets only you. Okay, so no, it's not use a reaction for me to do that. Wow, what a great feat for you. Alright, so he goes, and so another bolt of flame strikes the earth near you as you dodge aside.
Okay.
And then that chain that's hovering in midair rather eerily moves towards you.
Ooh, it slithers in the air. That's also not very good.
I get 19 to hit you, which is right below your armor class.
I love my shield.
You see that it's almost too late, but you flick your shield up just before it would have hit you in the eye.
Oh gosh. I would have been just like that big beast, blinded by my dancing lights.
Right? Alright, so it's my turn. Ooh, boy. You know, there's a bunch of bad guys. They're all kind of gathered together in a single knot right over there. So, spell effects.
I'm getting this weird feeling down in the lower areas of my feet. Kind of like a tingly feeling.
Like you should watch your step?
Something like that.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
did you know?
In fact, that's actually a probably really good idea that everyone should watch their step. And where am I going to put this? Yeah, I think I can get it right about there. As I turn on my belly, point, watch your step. As as I cast Spike Growth. Now I'm concentrating, and I need to mark a spell slot gone. There we go. And I'm going to get up and move. Because, ow, that really hurt.
Yeah.
But I can only move half. 15, so that becomes 20. Alrighty. So that was it for my action, movement, and for my interaction I just pull out my longbow. Since I'm not entirely sure where my sword was dropped.
What's the radius on that? The spike growth?
20 feet. Would you like me to send it in the chat?
Okay, just was trying to make sure of where it was so that I could stay out of that. Thank you.
Yeah, can you see the aura on that spell?
No.
Oh, I apologize. I would not want... Okay, let me fix that.
Thank you.
There you go. Can you see it now?
Yeah,
Oh,
I can see it
I
now.
see it
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you two are familiar enough with me and the way my magic works that you have a pretty good idea where, you know, I would place it and what it would do. So, the big guy, swinging his hand in front of his face, trying to shove away your blinding little light, but still proceeding rather quickly towards you, Adran.
Yeah.
Let's see, would you like... I moved to the wrong thing. There we go. Adran, would you like to roll the damage for me? Give me 1 second. One.
Sure.
So, 1, 2, 3. 3 times 2, 6d4, please, if you will.
6 d4. Roll.
He takes 12 damage. He's out of
Those-
boulders,
on the lows.
so he's going to dash. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so that did... Yeah, go ahead and roll me the same number of dice, please.
Rolling again.
It's higher.
19! That's higher.
Yay! That is higher.
And... I do believe he's now bloodied.
Ooh.
Just
That-
that.
That is progress.
That is progress. Now the fellow up here that was searching for you and was very surprised when you bolted out of the grass ahead of him like a rabbit, and then when you appeared on the other side of this hut and just went up to me and healed me, he is going to step towards you. 1, 2, 3. Adran, roll me 3d6, please.
3d6.
Oh, I apologize. 64. My bad. I don't know why I said 3d6.
64,
Oh, I know
huh?
why. It's because I was doing the math in my head with the, 3 squares. Because difficult terrain. I apologize.
Oh, so 64?
Yes, please. My bad on that.
There we go.
So he takes 19 points of damage just trying to walk towards you.
Yay!
He's very bloodied. He's going to use his... Wait. Bonus action? To dash.
And to take more damage.
He stepped out, unfortunately.
Mm.
Yeah. And then he's going to attack you with his short sword.
Okie dokie.
I get
Whoa.
a 16 and a
What a
9.
roll.
So one of those hits.
Alright, for 5 damage, you can use your reaction to Uncanny Dodge.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, so that becomes 2 points of damage.
And I took that off.
Excellent. And this guy's coming up from the south. And then... Adran, you can almost hear something in the wind.
I hear lots of things in the wind.
Does the wind
I get a
cry
crit to hit you for 10 damage.
Ouch.
And then
Oh.
as you spin away from that, just being clouted in the face, you feel a second blow striking your shield, but it doesn't get through. So
Oof.
please mark yourself down for 10 damage.
10 damage it is.
Indeed.
Dude. Not nice.
Did I
don't
actually
like
place
this.
I did place my spells on an actual creature. That's hilarious. So I'm going to move it back so I can actually reach the target. 3. Alright. Who wants to roll me 6d4?
I'll do it.
Excellent. Roll it. $14 points of damage for just walking across the ground.
Could have been less. Not bad.
Right?
Yeah.
And then another 2d4 as he dashes, please.
2d4.
Yes, please. For another 6. And he is now bloodied and unable to act against you, Thea, because he dashed. This fellow is going to... Oh, he only has a short way to go. 2d4, please, Adran. So he takes 5 points of damage, but does not have to dash. So he is going to swing at you.
Okie dokie.
And he has advantage on the attack roll because of pack tactics.
Oh. That person.
I get a 23
Ooh.
to hit and a 12. No, wait, the 23 hits. Why does it not do an advantage? Alright, so that's the first attack. 23 to hit, hits for 5.
I already used my
Uncanny
my
dodge. And then
right,
his
so
second attack comes
that's
to
my
an
my bonus, so I'll go ahead and take the 5 off.
And then his second attack with advantage. Alright, so that means the first attack is going to get his martial advantage of 2d6.
Okay.
Because his next attack misses you entirely. So you take an additional 8 to that 5. Hobgoblins are no joke in melee.
Oh, the rats will get you every time.
I'm sorry, they're what?
Rats will get you every time. They have swarm.
Yep. Alright, so 6d4 please, Adran.
6d4.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
There we
that's
go.
not gonna go well for this fellow. Yeah, no, he dies.
Bye-bye.
One of the few times Spike Growth did not wipe out the entire bunch. Huh.
Eh. They were kind of in the middle of it, and they didn't have to go all the way across it.
Right? Adran, it is now your turn. You can
Check
sense
this out.
you can sense that something you cannot see is hitting you. Makes logical
Yeah.
sense.
Really kind of getting sick of it, but I'm going to use my bonus action to move my dancing lights.
Mhm.
And I've calculated this to function properly.
Blinding him again.
10, or 5, 10, 15, 20. And then 5, 10, 15, 20.
Nice.
So now I have a dancing light in front of this fella down here,
Mm-hmm.
dancing light right here, and a dancing light in front of the other guy.
Nice.
I have no idea if this guy is the one that's sending the invisible hitting guy or whatever, but I'm gonna hit him with my firebolt.
Excellent. Then take the shot with advantage, if you please.
Advantage on and firebolt.
I need to zoom in here
Shot.
because I can't select your target because you planted the light right over his face. Okay. Now there we go. Now I can see him. All right. Yes, that shot blows right through the glittering field that surrounds him and hits him for 4 fire damage. And he has to make a concentration saving throw. He fails his concentration saving throw, and that chain
What?
Good job.
goes away.
Nice.
Nice shot. Alright, anything else for you, sir?
I'm gonna do something a little gutsy here,
Uh-oh.
but I'm actually gonna move forward towards the big guy.
Oh, has Adrian been rolling his concentration
Oh,
for his
he
dancing
hasn't.
lights?
That's my bad. Thank you for reminding me, Thea. I'm going to go ahead and let it slide because that's too many things to go back and double check.
Alright, so what would I have to do? A constitution
Yes, go ahead and give me
saving throw,
one
or
concentration saving throw.
concentration?
Yes.
It's Constitution.
Yes,
yeah.
Constitution,
It's a con
thank you.
save.
But it is constitution.
Yes.
Right.
Alright. I've turned it down to normal if that's the correct way to do
That
it.
is the correct
Yep.
way.
Okay.
I'm looking
There
for
we
a
go.
10 or higher. Alright, so that is not high
Nope.
enough. Your dancing lights go away.
Okay.
Thea, thank you for reminding me. Obviously I'm concentrating a lot.
Oh yeah, it kind of reminded me because he lost his concentration.
Precisely.
The enemy did. So.
Also, I need to take away that token, and you are going to trigger another attack of opportunity.
Oh no.
Wait, me or
Yes, you,
him?
Adrian, because you moved.
Oh, me.
However, you feel the wind whistling sharply over your shoulder as it misses you completely. Adrian, real quick before we move on, give me an intelligence check.
An intelligence check. Here we go.
See how well you can
Intelligence.
recall information while you're fighting for your life.
You can do it.
You might recall that Varin mentioned something about an elemental, and whatever has been hitting you, there's been a lot of sound of wind.
The elemental is a wind elemental.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Thea,
Wow, I was expecting an actual physical being, but now I'm dealing with an invisible being.
Well, I think I'm gonna disengage.
I can't imagine why. In fact, you
Uh,
might even hear me calling to you, "Get out of there!"
Like I had a chance before now, okay? Like chill. 5, 10.
In fact, you can also hear sizzling through my voice the creeping glow of more magic.
Oh, lovely. So that's 35. Should I dash to get further away? Yeah, might as well. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Here.
Okay. Alright. Roaring in frustration, the person you just burnt. Okay, so that means his armor class is no longer 15. I shouldn't have said that out loud. Wait, no, the chain doesn't go away. That's because he's not concentrating on the chain. My bad. He was concentrating on the other spell that was trying to protect them. Right. My bad. Alright,
Oh, okay.
so... Sheesh. That's the problem with, trying to think of so many different spells. What is this one? Retreat. Okay. Just gonna go there. You can see him in the light there, Adrian.
Yep.
He is going to... No, he doesn't want to do that. He's going to call forth flame again. I need dexterity saving throw, sir.
Alright. Alright, roll big, roll big.
Wow.
Woohoo!
25.
Oh, that's good.
And then that chain lashes out at you again.
That is such a horrible chain. How dare
I get a 23
Ooh,
to hit you.
crit.
It's not a
Whoa.
crit. Wait, no, it is a crit.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you know?
Ah.
This is gonna be interesting. So it's
Can I use shield?
not against a crit. No,
Oh man.
it's gonna hit you no matter what.
All right.
The chain cracks against the back of your ankle for 8 damage.
Oh,
Come
ow.
on.
Sounds like that leaves a bruise or something.
Damn it.
You're welcome.
Ow.
You're welcome for that image. I'm sure that
Ouch.
leaves an impression.
Ow.
Okay, so
Oh man.
so
That's like all bones. Ow.
Thea, you ran to the north. I'm going to run to the
Uh-huh.
south.
Ha, they must choose who they go after
Exactly. But as I go, I use my action to recast spike growth ahead of them.
now. So they have to go through all of it.
Watch your step. Oh look, it's the big guy's turn.
Yeah.
Thud. And he no longer has disadvantage because of the blindness you were causing with your that spell, dancing lights. Good grief.
That's a cool spell.
That's a really cool spell. I should have used that earlier.
I get 24 2 times to hit you. Would you like to cast shield?
I would like to cast shield.
Considering how much damage that would be.
Yeah.
39 points
Just like,
total.
ow.
Burn a spell slot, sir. If you do not
Already
wish to get
did.
hit.
Holy mackerel.
So that means your armor class is now what, 25?
Yes.
Okay. So for the time
Jeez.
being, let's go ahead and there we go. Your shield's up. Don't forget to burn a spell slot.
I did.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
No, seriously, I would have been knocked unconscious and prone
Yep.
with that damage.
So he goes thumping up to you, has what looks like a very full-grown oak tree overhead. It slams it down on your magic
You know, it was the largest thing he could find to suffice as a club. I mean, really.
I mean, it makes sense.
I
yeah.
don't need that much fiber, guys. Jeez, lay off.
He needs that much fiber.
He does.
But he still needs to lay off the fiber a bit.
All right, Thea, this guy's going to give pursuit to you. Please roll me 4d4. I don't think he's going to survive it, but might as well.
4d4, you said?
4 times 2, yes. No. 1, 2 times 2, 4. Yeah, 4d4. 10 damage. He does not survive moving 2 squares towards you.
Well, you know, he had to try.
Right? Oh, and I totally forgot to actually change my spell slots. Whoops. Let me just mark my second level spell slot gone. There we go. Alright, so he's dead. This guy, having just been rushing towards the fight this whole time, and then I just blast past him, he's gonna turn around and go after me.
He's like, wait,
Right?
which direction am I supposed to go in? I'm so confused.
Roll
All
me
confused.
another 44, please.
Alright.
He takes 12 damage, and is going to dash to get up to me. Gulp. Alright. Adran, you hear the howl of wind from somewhere behind you.
Oh, come on. My shield is still
Wrong
up.
buttons. Yes, your shield is still up, so he has to be at 25 now, and you can feel the physical battering against your magic sphere that's protecting your life.
Huh, you didn't see that coming, did you?
It apparently did not. Alright, so this guy's going to give chase after me. Thea, would you please roll me 4d4?
Sure.
I appreciate it.
That was not a good
That
roll.
was not a good roll. So roll me 2 more d4.
2d4.
Oh, yep. Oddly enough, that second roll was exactly the number of hit points he had left.
Oh, jeez.
Nice.
Starting to thin the herd, guys. Good job.
Yeah. And you're doing a good job tanking out there.
Right? It's probably a really good thing that you decided to equip your shield before all this started going down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just got a weird feeling.
I can't
That
imagine
you just
why.
might need it.
Alright, Thea, would you roll me 6d4, please?
64.
14 damage.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Could've been better, but not bad at all.
1, 2. Alright, so roll me 2 more 44, please. Or sorry, 40. Just roll me 1 roll of 44. Sheesh. Alright, he is down to 1 hit point
Oh, gosh.
and out of the spell effect.
So he's down to an inch of life.
Pretty much. Adrian,
Basically, we just need to give him a paper cut now.
right?
That will totally kill him.
Adrian, it is your turn.
So how close am I to the big behemoth?
You are within physical hitting range.
Okay. Well, you know, I have been using all of my attacks with firebolts.
Yep.
That also means I had to drop my sword somewhere, so I'm going to use my bonus action to summon my sword in my hand.
Nice.
So then I can take this guy down with my sword.
All right.
But I also want to use my inspiration point so I can hit him with advantage at least once.
Okie dokie. Go for it.
Alright. Here we go for advantage.
Oh, please
And
crit.
my short sword.
Okay, that's not a crit, but it does hit. Like, like
Okay.
you actually see that you would have missed if he hadn't just stumbled at the last moment.
Gotcha. And since I have the chance to hit him again for a second time, I'm gonna try and hit him a second time.
Go for it, but no advantage. Use your inspiration. Perfect. Good job. Oh, and that one.
Ow!
Oh, that's disappointing. Alright, so your shield has expired.
It has.
You're back down to 20.
It
Would
is.
you like to do anything else, sir?
Well, if I move, that's gonna cause a point of.
That's going to cause at least 1 attack. Attack of opportunity.
Yeah, well, I've already used my bonus to summon my sword back to me, or else I would have used it for a second wind. I can't do anything, so I'm just going to stay put.
Fair enough. Alright, Thea. Your turn.
Horrible roll.
That was.
Well-
So sorry.
There's a guy there that looks like he's just barely holding on. Let's see if I can just put him out of his misery.
You definitely put him out of his misery. Where do you want to place that shot?
Let's just put that through the throat. Just, silence him permanently.
His head rolls to the side as you rip his head off from his shoulders with a shot. Anywhere you want to move? You still have your movement and bonus action.
Right, so I guess
Well, anybody could really help me out. Lend a hand.
25, 30, 35, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna use my bonus to dash and get myself here going around the long way around your spell.
Fair enough. Probably a very smart call. Alrighty. 5, 10, 15, because it's difficult terrain. Adrian, you're looking a little swarmed there.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, he is going to... Where's my... There he is. I need another dexterity saving throw, sir.
Sure hope it's a good one.
Remember, you get to add the +4 from your magic shield to your dexterity save.
Here we go.
So that becomes
And
an
you made
18. Yep.
18?
Yep. Because you get to add the bonus from your shield because of Shield Master.
Mm-hmm.
Which reminds me, you can also use your bonus action to shove once you take the attack action.
Yep.
Oh, that's true. I completely forgot about that.
You know.
And then the chain crashes against your shield, missing you this time. Alrighty, it is now my turn. I am faced with an enemy. Which means all my attack rolls are gonna have disadvantage. My ranged attacks, that is. Unless I dare move. So I move 5 feet. Do I move another 30? I'll be able to catch up with me. I'm gonna take the risk and attack that big guy with disadvantage. Or disadvantage. I hit advantage by mistake. 17 and 17. Surprisingly, both hit.
Yay!
And he's gonna take Colossus Slayer. Wow, that becomes 20 points of damage.
Nice.
And for now, I'm going to keep concentrating on spike growth, just in case that comes in handy. Ooh, Adran, you hear these shots sink into the back of this guy's legs.
Oof.
I arched the shots over the tents perfectly. And that's it for my turn. The big one-eyed oaf above you rears back with his enormous club. I get a 16 and a 20 to hit, which means that 20 is going to hit unless... Do you have another spell? Do you have another spell
I think
slot?
I have one left, actually.
You have one left.
And I'm using it because I don't want to be hit.
That's
I
fair.
can't imagine why. And there you go, your armor class is now 25. So you see the first strike coming, and then he goes for a backhand swing, and you have to cast shield. Whew.
Oh, I'm really getting killed over here.
The hobgoblin that's facing me brings his club to bear, but he no longer has advantage, and doesn't have his martial advantage. What's my armor
He's kind of
class?
low on friends right now.
He is very low on friends, and both swings against my back miss.
Well, that's lucky.
I will take that.
Yeah.
Adran, that whispering howl of hunger behind you. You get an 18 and a 21 both missing because of your sweet shield spell.
Nice.
You are so tough to hit. Adran, it is now your turn, and shield has expired.
And I'm almost thinking about pulling out my staff of paralysis.
It's up to you. What do you want to do?
Well, it's just one action, right? I just have to drop my sword and then pull out my staff and use it?
Correct.
Okay.
And then you could use your bonus action to heal with second wind.
Yeah. Heal with second wind.
I might
That's what I was planning on doing this
I
round.
might recommend that. Who would you like to attempt to paralyze?
Okay, so, where is that? So that I can use that.
I believe it's so if you want to use it, you just tell me you're going to use it.
Yes, I am going to use it.
Okay. And we no, we didn't. Okay. So DC 15, and who are you using it against?
I'm going to use it against the big guy.
Ooh. So he has to be a 15 with his con save, for which he
Okay.
has a +5. You've got to be kidding me! You paralyze him.
So lucky. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
You paralyze.
That is amazing.
Freaking big.
That is so amazing.
Oh, wow.
2.
Oh, God.
No worries, Thea. I understand. I will just edit it out later.
Oh, my God.
So you drop your sword, swing out your
I'm-
recently put together staff that you've not been having much luck with, and suddenly
Finally,
this big, huge
Finally it works.
bruiser.
finally, it comes through. It's
Freezes.
the biggest creature
It's like
on
the stars
field.
have aligned.
Oh my gosh.
Before I forget, I am going to
Second wind.
use my bonus action to do second wind.
All right. Go ahead and hit
And,
that second wind button.
Here we go.
You rolled max.
That is so
Oh.
nice.
Nice.
That is so nice.
Now, just so we're clear, oh my gosh, I hurt. Oh. Right, a paralyzed creature is incapacitated, which means it cannot take any actions, it cannot move, it cannot speak, it automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws. All attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Any attack that hits the creature is an automatic crit if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature.
And I'm still within 5 feet of the creature.
If only you hadn't already used your action surge.
Oh,
If you're
I know,
5 feet
but
within the attacker, gotcha.
I'll just have to wait for next turn.
Now, Adran, did you want to move anywhere, or are you happy where you are?
I'm just going to move up a little bit
Okay.
so that I'm still like out of the way of that one guy.
That will still trigger an attack of opportunity.
Well.
I get 21 to hit. You take another 11 bludgeoning damage.
Don't I have my? Oh wait, I'm no longer in the shield, but
No longer in the shield.
but still though, Oh wait, I see it now. Okay. So I took what, 11?
Correct.
Oh. Well, at least second wind gave me that effort
Right.
to stay alive a little longer.
Thea,
Yeah.
it's now your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my inspiration to gain advantage and try to use my feet to try and see if I can get that big guy.
You don't need to use
Oh,
it.
lower
You
level.
don't need to use your inspiration because he's paralyzed. All attacks have advantage.
Okay, it's just not an insta-crit.
Correct. It would be an insta crit if
Okay.
you were hitting him and you were within 5 feet.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so let's go ahead and use the feet, because if it hits, it'll do extra damage, and we might as well try.
14 hits for 24 damage. Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so she'll move a bit, and then she'll hide, and she'll. Oh, sorry.
No, you're
Should
fine.
have put that at normal.
It's okay. I'll still take
And
the
then she'll
21.
move a little bit further.
Fair enough.
So
Having returned to your shelter of stealth.
yes,
Excellent.
it is the comforting grasp of nature.
Yup. That Mask of the Wild racial feature is pretty nice, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful.
I can imagine. Especially when there's so much nature tied in.
Uh-huh.
Alright, this creature is able to get up right to you, Adran.
Alright.
And you see, let's see, his hand glows.
I don't like that.
Or you've not even had a first date. Oh, come on. Here.
I get... Okay, what happened here?
I have no idea.
Why did it roll
So-
with bless? Okay, ignore
No.
that because bless is not in effect. I have no idea
Yeah.
why it rolled with bless.
So he misses.
Yes, correct. The 19 misses, but that energy around his hand looked especially let's just call it corrupting.
Very.
Really icky.
Yeah,
Bad touch. Bad touch.
very bad touch.
You didn't wash your hands before you left the bathroom.
Ew. Ew. Sir,
We don't know where his hands have been, and he's not washed them
check
yet.
your
Two
character
words for
sheet.
you,
You
buddy.
just got an inspiration
Hand
point for that
sanitizer.
really horrible, gross joke.
You didn't wash your hands.
Gosh. Considering the time period and the latrines that these people use, that's so wrong. And then he's going to use his bonus action to move this chain up here.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Go away.
I imagine that's like his, his comfort blanket. He just has a chain
That's-
instead of a blanket.
It clangs against your shield, ineffectually.
Cling.
Climb.
Dude, you're scratching it.
It is now my turn.
You're ruining the finish. Quit that.
Seriously.
Now I'm going to move.
Do you see the vibrant glow that my shield has?
You're making it less than pristine, man.
It's no longer mint condition.
It's not as valuable.
Which does trigger an attack of opportunity against me. Ooh, oh dear, that hits me for 7
Ouch.
damage. And I do have to make a concentration saving throw. I have to beat a 10. Why did I leave
Come
that
on.
on disadvantage? I beat a 10. I mean, it's not a big deal,
You
it's
beat a
just spike
10.
growth.
It doesn't matter which one. You beat it.
Yep. And now, I'm not going to be attacking with disadvantage, so I'm going to be attacking with advantage. That big guy.
It just
Mhm.
needs to die.
Before he comes out of that paralysis. Both shots
Exactly.
hit. Colossus Slayer. Oh. 18 points of
Yeah.
damage.
It's still damage.
He
It's still
had
damage, yes.
18 points of damage remaining.
No! No! Oh my gosh. Oh, the
You
one
pull
time
shots through
that
the
staff
eye,
of
that'd be
paralysis
hilarious.
actually came in handy.
Adrian, this
Oh my
paralyzed, enormous behemoth that's towering above you, and you can feel him struggling against the magic of your brand new staff, and all of a sudden, through the back of its head, right through its singular eye, 2 arrows, 1 millimeter apart, burst through, and you can just hear Varin calling out, "You're welcome!"
Oh.
I thought you would appreciate
man.
that. And now the
Oh.
bad guy has dashed and he's right next to me again.
I know the battle isn't over yet, but oh my gosh. Wow.
What an excellent... I am so glad that you made that staff.
Oh, things are working out so well in our favor. Oh,
And then you hear a familiar howl moving up next to you.
of wind?
Yes, of wind.
Oh.
I get a 20 to hit for 12, and then the second attack misses.
Alright, I'll take 12.
You say that like you have a choice.
Adrian, it is now your turn. Yeah, precisely, you don't have a choice. You got a chain next to you and a crazy looking lunatic in front of you who's practically
And-
frothing at the mouth because he sees so much of your blood.
elemental that, like, no matter where you move, you're provoking an attack of opportunity from.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna slash at this guy, hopefully cut his staff in half.
So
or
you
whatever
bonus
it is.
action summon your sword back to your hand,
Bonus action, sword.
and
back
as
to
you
my
do that,
hand.
you hear Varin calling out, "No! Don't slash! Stab! Like the elephant!"
Stab like an elephant.
I shall stab thee like an elephant!
That hits.
I'm imagining like in an anime when you announce your attack, elephant stab.
Elephant stab.
Your extra attacks are.
I shall use a skewer on thee!
And that also hits for another 8.
Nice!
Oh, beautiful. Thea, it's your turn. Oh, Adrian, did you want to move anywhere? I personally don't recommend.
Oh. I wish I can hit hit him with my shield?
You
But
can.
I'm pretty sure I already used up
Yeah.
my
You
bonus
can
for
bonus
that.
action shove. Oh, no, you did use your bonus action to summon your sword back to your hand. You're right.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying I wish I could, but I can't. I'll just stay where I'm at because I don't want to waste any more lives.
For health.
Yeah,
Or health.
that's fair.
All right, Thea,
Okay,
your turn.
so I'm gonna go ahead and attack Sorcerer
You
Guy.
have advantage on the attack because you did
and I'm
successfully
gonna go
hide.
ahead and
Oh,
use my
strike him in the
feet.
head, please.
I'm gonna use my feet because extra damage
Is needed right
if
now.
I hit.
16 to hit. Hits. Nice. For 25 points of damage. And he drops stone dead.
I sure hope that also means too that the chain drops dead too.
The chain drops dead. Actually, no, it just vanishes.
Oh. Now I gotta worry about that stupid elemental that seems to be taking away my life.
Thea,
And
Adrian
because
looks weirdly battered.
and because like it's habit now. She's gonna stealth
Okay, for 15.
and move.
Fair enough. Let me close a few of my character sheets out. Because those characters are now dead.
That's fair.
Okay. So now it's back down to me. Whew, boy. Well, I lost my silver short sword before. But I have my other short sword, so I turn around, yank it out, and I stab at the guy behind me. Oh, I left it on advantage, my bad. So that's 22 and 10 to hit. Which his armor class is an 11, so that 10 is going to be a glancing blow. But he still takes Colossal Slayer. So 6, 2 is 8, 8 and 4 is 12 points. That's not bad.
Yay!
Oops. Got a select right guy. What did I say, 12? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not particularly fond of staying in melee with this particular foe. So with longbow in my left hand and sword in my right, I was about to say I'm going to head straight north, but there's a big dangerous spell in that direction. All things considered, I'm
Dangerous
going to
spell.
drop concentration and bolt. So I'm going to trigger an attack of opportunity.
Good job.
That misses me. Woohoo! I imagine that it
Nice.
comes at me, and as it does so, I just kick up one foot and knock it away.
Nice.
My defenses rely primarily on flexibility more than anything else. Alright, and he's going to give chase. And he's able to get within 30 feet of me. Oh darn, so that means he can now attack me. Oh, I thought I moved far enough away. Oh well. One misses, but I take that 5. Ow. I didn't want to take that 5 though. I really didn't. Alright. That howling, shrieking force is still out there. I
wonder if they
miss,
like fire.
and then you take 8 points of damage right in the face.
Ow. Go.
It's almost like he used the distraction from the mist to get you the second one.
Right? Adran, it's your turn. You can attack. The only thing is you're attacking at disadvantage because you can't see wherever it is.
I actually want to use a hack and leaf brew.
That's probably a good idea. I believe that's 8d4
And-
plus 8.
What was it now?
Hack and leaf is 8d4 plus 8.
8d4. Alright. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. D4. Roll. Oh, I forgot to add in the plus 8.
That's okay. That becomes 30 points.
30. Great. That brings me back up almost to like full health. Let's see. Now I'm just at a 38.
Nice. Did you want to move?
Yeah, I wanted to get out of there.
Are you sure? Because that will trigger an attack of opportunity.
Forget it. I just love it.
Thea, it's now your turn. I will say that you do see Adran's body jerk and react as though he's been punched, but you can't see what punched him.
Oh. I don't know how to help, and I might hurt.
You also know that Varin behind you just took, it's a mace swing to the jaw, as it were.
So she's gonna move here.
Okay.
And she's going to attack.
You have advantage on the attack.
Alright. She just wants some dodge, so she'll use her feet.
Excellent. Oh! Ow! He only had 8 hit points.
She wanted him dead,
You
so
deal
she used her
32.
feet.
He's at negative 24.
Did you slice him in half or something?
No, but there is now his belly pinned to the tent behind him. Yes, across that distance.
And
Nice shot.
That is what we call in the gaming world overkill.
well, I had to finish him, okay?
I just finished him alright. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have survived that at full health.
Wrapped him up in a silver platter in a doggy bag.
As per her normal, she's gonna stealth because she doesn't know what in the world is attacking Adran.
You will
and
need
just
to move back
into the
yeah.
grass.
Okay. Alright.
Thank you. Still out here in the open.
Ha! Thank you,
She
Thea.
don't know how to help you. If you could make the air visible.
I'm sorry, I don't have any vat of oil or mud on me anywhere.
Oh, you do know what you have. But I don't think it'll help because you'd still be invisible.
Let's see, how far are you from me?
Good question.
You are...
It's
Okay, not far, not close enough. But that is within range. Seeing the situation, and how battered you look, and how it doesn't seem like there's anything there to be hitting you, but you still seem to be fighting something that you can't see.
yeah.
I'm going to pull out of my pack. Where is it? Here it is. 5, 10, hang on, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I think that's 30 feet? Yes, okay. Ack. Okay, I'm not sure what happened here. Okay, so right there. Why won't it move over? There we go. Alright, so I throw a pellet out there. And how long does that take to activate? Wrong one. Oh darn, I didn't write that down. I'm gonna say for now I'm just gonna say it activates. There's a crack and a burst as one of those impact smoke grenades that you made for us releases. And you are obscured within a cloud of fog.
Well, this is nice. For the most part.
Which means that the attacks that come next against you no longer have advantage.
Oh, right. Because I couldn't see them before.
And now it can't see you. I still crit you.
You still crit me.
For 21 points of damage.
Great.
You are still conscious.
Wow.
21 points.
Now,
Oh my gosh.
I will say that you've been hit enough times that you know that you have a pretty good guess as to which direction these attacks are coming from.
Yeah, for my face.
No, not where they're going to, where they're coming from. You are now blinded, and it is blind to you. Which means you no longer have disadvantage on attacking it.
Okay.
Would you like to attack it?
I would.
And then run away?
And then run away, sure. Alright, I'm just gonna pull out my sword and swing at him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, did you say I had advantage?
No,
or
you have. You no longer have disadvantage. A 10 is not enough to hit.
No?
Nope.
But I'm gonna swing at him again.
Alrighty. Nope. You can feel that nothing
Golly.
connects. But you
Maybe
can.
I should just not use my sword anymore.
But you can now move away because it cannot see you,
True.
which means no attacks of
Oh.
opportunity for you.
I'm just gonna move deeper into the fog.
Now, I will say before you move, you can use your bonus action to attempt to shove with your shield master feat.
I thought that was part of attack.
It is part of the attack. You can use, if you take the attack action, which you did, you can use your bonus action to try and shove a creature within 5 feet of you with your shield. Now you can use that to basically shove them away from you for 5 feet. If you want to.
No.
Okay.
So.
Thea, it's now your turn. You still have a general guess as to the location of this thing. Whatever it is Adran's fighting. Even though you cannot see, so you no longer have advantage on the attack. But you also no longer have disadvantage either.
Huh. Well, might as well try it. Okay. Let's go ahead and go with the feet just in case.
Ooh, nope, that misses.
Well, you know, it had to happen eventually. I had such good luck
Yeah, you've been
until
having
now.
really good luck with it tonight.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna, as per
Ooh,
usual,
that's a good stealth.
And move a bit.
Alrighty. It's
Oh.
now my turn. I'm feeling a little nervous about my hit points there. So I'm going to stay back. And take shots into the fog with my bow. Wait a minute, sorry, I left it on advantage. My bad. But that's a 25 to hit and a 16 to hit. Both hit.
Cool.
So Colossus Slayer. So that becomes 9 and 12, 21 points of damage. There we go. And you actually hear something shrieking. Okay, I need.
Me or
Yeah, well, well, all of us hear a shriek. Now, just a second, I need to look something up real quick.
all right.
Hopefully it's not something that might deafen.
It is not something that will deafen you. It's just a shriek of horror and pain, basically. Not really horror, just pain. Okay. So that's something I missed out on. Okay. With the pain inflicted, Adran, this is a DM mistake on this end. My bad. But you do hear a shriek, a howl, and then the stirring of eldritch winds dissipates.
Oh.
Because the purpose of the elemental is now ended.
Oh, okay. I'm not upset about that at all.
And we can exit initiative.
Yay, we won.
Ow! And because I went...
I don't think this is how I wanted to take down the camp, but, it worked.
Yeah. Yay. Because I went unconscious...
My jaw really hurts. Ow.
I can't relate. Oh no.
Oh no! You get to limp now.
Yep, I'm limping now. My foot has been... Let's see. That in the excitement, it was kind of hard to catch. But it looks like that stone really did some bad damage to my leg, and it's now just kind of like hanging. Like, it's still there, it's still attached, but it doesn't seem to be working.
Oh. Well, another trip back to the totem pole, I say.
I'm not arguing.
Oh.
But I will point out, this isn't nearly the number of enemies that was originally pursuing us.
Yeah, definitely not what we were expecting, at least. I don't know if maybe they sent a small contingent to, take out because they overestimated themselves or underestimated us, a combination of the two, or if this is just like the people who were holding down the base while everyone else went on their nice little march.
But march to where?
North?
They haven't gone north, as far as as far as we know.
So they went south?
I mean, they could have gone north, but...
That, or maybe they were the ones sent to, scout ahead and prepare the way.
I'm going to use something I rarely use. My favorite enemy for Hobgoblin gives me advantage on any intelligence check to recall information about them. So I'm going to mark advantage, intelligence, what would be applicable here?
Some kind of knowledge?
History. I'm gonna go with history.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I look up at you, Adran.
Mm-hmm.
There was something that I pointed at the hobgoblin that had been pursuing you, Adran, with the creepy magic. There was something he said right before he died. I didn't think much about it. But he did say, for the glory... It's a little hard to translate, but effectively, it's kind of like he was shouting for the glory of the scouts. Right before he died.
The glory of the scouts?
Like the scouting patrol, or the scouting group, or... The dialogue is a little confusing. But if these are the scouts, and the rest of the scouts aren't here, did the scouts go back for something other than scouts?
I think you're using scouts too much.
What if they were just like the people that were preparing the way?
Kind of like what
Because
you
you said
did
you
tonight.
didn't see anyone.
Yeah,
You saw them coming from the south, you said. One left and came back with a heavy something or another.
I pointed at the big one-eyed creature.
Right. So we don't know that any more than just this group came here. I don't see anything. You didn't catch tracks going elsewhere, unless they're able to really, not cause tracks.
Well, what it seems to me right now is that these guys were the scouts, and they were scouting ahead for maybe an army to come and camp out here. Looks like we took out the scouts and their big behemoth.
At least one of the tents were empty, so I wonder if that means that they were setting up a full camp for people, to come later.
Yeah. So.
I mean, it could be whoever was in that tent they were both like doing watch, but this was a very little amount for the amount of tents we know should be here.
Well, and with all the commotion and everything stirring about, there weren't anybody else coming out of the tent, so we were ambushing a bunch of scouts who had set up camp, ready for an army to come and make camp here, but that army still hasn't arrived yet. That's what I gather.
Wasn't there more people at the other camp that we had attacked?
The last camp that we attacked, the day after, there were the mounted ones that were coming after us that we had to deal with as we were running, right before we ran into that storm. But there were far more than 9 that we had to run from.
True.
Right. So either they split paths to take different directions, or they sent someone ahead to prepare stuff for them.
I mean, these scouts here, if these are scouts like you are, Thea, then they would have been moving without intending to leave a trail. They don't want to be followed.
Right.
But they left a trail, which I didn't think of before. They deliberately left a trail for others to follow.
Meaning they wanted people to attack them.
Or for
or
others to
think that they're
find
the
them.
only camp.
Like the rest of their scouts.
So are you saying that this was what, a diversion?
Or people sent to follow us. Because they were pursuing us.
Or people left to wait for others to come back. Because, let's say these aren't all of the scouts, and some of the scouts went out. It could be they just haven't come back yet.
Well, they didn't come up with these 9.
But you said that they might be hiding their tracks.
Normally when they travel, like you do, Thea, scouts generally don't leave a trail. But these ones here did.
Yeah, they left a trail on purpose.
For others to find them.
Right. Well, I don't know what their intentions fully are, because these are not people I'm used to fighting. I know what we in our community would do, but I don't know what they would do, or even what their thought process on this is. I can just only make conjecture and guesses as to what they might be doing.
True.
Hey, Varin. Remember that first encampment we came across with the warg riders?
Yeah.
I mean, that was a pretty big camp, but it didn't have that many people there. Not until, 5-6 days later, then all of a sudden there was an army of 30 coming after us.
More or less.
Let's take what we know about these guys and actually figure this out. They send scouts ahead, they make up a camp, and then they wait for an army to follow them to that encampment, so then they can prepare for a battle, prepare for a siege. But so far what we've been doing is taking out all their scouts. They're trying to scout out as many areas as possible to get an army out there. But since we've been taking out their scouts and their camps, they're having to move to different locations.
Speaking of, there's something else we didn't think of. When they came after us after the last camp, they obviously picked up our trail from that first camp that we destroyed.
Right.
which means they would have seen that us 3 wiped out some 50 of them, but they still send only 9 after us?
Right, so either there's another contingent going elsewhere.
For backup?
Well, what if they split their groups? Had someone being like a diversion to be found, and had the other group going somewhere else, trying to do like a pincer type of attack formation of sorts.
Possibly, but if they knew that we killed 50 odd of them, and they were deciding to split up their forces in a pincer maneuver, why would they
Where's
put
the
only
rest of them?
9 in a group for 22 tents?
I wonder if they thought we were going to continue further north, and they were just going to follow our trail from there.
Well, remember that voice that finally got into our heads and found out that we were moving north? Well, that voice had to have told a whole group of people scout ahead, wait for them to come, and ambush them. I don't think they knew that we would expect to see this one-eyed beast in and among their campsite, so this was obviously a diversion, a trap for us. Now, we could have just simply walked past this camp altogether and not even dealt with it.
Well, and it could be that it's also a time waster.
That's what I mean. It could have been a time waster, and we could have just simply passed by.
So what do we do?
Figure out how to find more of them and do the best we can. I mean, I think we're just kind of like spitballing as we go anyway.
Can we at least do like a survival check or something or other to find some sort of a clue as to what it is this campsite was meant for?
Actually, we wouldn't need to do that. What we could do instead is, you recall that the southernmost of the tents from the last camp. So if you'll follow my person moving. When last we dealt with a camp of these creatures, this tent was the tent north of us was used as a tent, like a cooking tent. The tent here in front of me was used more as like for a
general's quarters or something,
essentially. And there were all sorts of reports and papers and information. That's where we got that notebook of the various beasts in this area.
Right.
There's nothing in this tent of any sort. There's just a bed.
Well, then guess what that means? There was nothing important here for us except that this was a trap, a diversion. I'm basically saying that this was set up here just for us.
Thea, go check the other tent real quick. Make sure it's just a mess tent.
This tent up here.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really sure how to show it on the map, but basically this tent here is that's where the big creature was hiding and tore its way out of the ground. The tent itself is now utterly destroyed, but where it stood, the ground had been shoveled out in a sort in order to create enough space for the huge creature to just sit down and wait.
Meaning it wasn't even set up to feed people?
Correct.
Okay, so
this was set up.
That kind of adds to it. I mean, we had a bunch of empty tents. This was set up like a normal camp of theirs. The tents that would normally have things that are important to them are empty of those important things.
This wasn't just a trap. This was a trap and a time waster.
Right.
We've now been delayed, and it was also a threat. They knew we were heading north. They assumed probably towards some form of safety. So a threat against whatever we considered safety. Something that we could not ignore. A diversion, a trap, and a time waster, all in one.
Right.
And if they go with the normal pattern where they send a forward group and then bring up more people next, that means we're in for an even bigger fight.
Well,
And now I've lost a
Well,
we
foot.
have
like
tents
you
we
said-
could use.
But also, like you said before, we don't know how many they have. We don't know if we've wiped out half of them. We could have wiped out an eighth of them.
You know what we could do?
Take a rest.
Well, not only that, there's a convenient hole to put all of these things in. We could try and put this place as if it hadn't been attacked.
That is true. Alright, so
But do we want to waste more time and go through the hassle of that? Me personally, I would really like to send a message to these guys and let them know we're on to you. I want to send a message to them, let them know, do not mess with us.
Let's put everything in the hole, including the tents and everything, and burn it.
Not only that,
Because what's
Alright.
a bigger message than a bonfire?
I really want to take that behemoth, stick him right south of the camp.
You should put his
Stretch
head on
out
a
his
stake.
body and let him be eaten by the vultures to let them know they're going to be suffering the same fate
I hold up a hand.
if they want to continue
I hold up
this.
a hand. That big guy, did he really only have one eye? I only got a momentary glimpse right before he hit me in the face with a boulder.
I think so.
That's so weird.
That was either a lucky shot or a very accurate shot.
I don't know.
Probably
It hurt.
both.
Well, I think what really hurt was the double arrows that you shot at the back of his head and coming out of his eye.
Yeah,
I think
those are
that
some good
hurt.
shots.
Oh, you know what we could do? We could put them all on stakes.
Ouch.
Just leave them for. Well, I mean, kind of like scarecrow type style. Put them up and let the vultures do them,
Scarecrows.
like Adran was suggesting
Scarecrows.
for the behemoth.
Sorry. I just start muttering scarecrows as I look slyly at Adrian.
Shut up.
Okay, so
Sorry, I didn't mean to traumatize you with my words.
we can arrange
I
them
just
on.
didn't know how else to describe
We
it.
can arrange them on stakes. Thea, you can assemble all these different tent poles into a nice little gathering. We have taken a long rest prior to this. Good call, Adrian. So we cannot long rest until 6 p.m. the following day. However, we are within 1 day's worth travel of the totem pole.
I might as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, we might as well just make a day's travel back to the totem pole and get your foot healed.
And you know what? We should take a handful of these tents and use them for ourselves.
But we like our bear fur tents.
I like the bear fur tent a lot.
Okay, yeah, they are better. I like them better.
Okay,
I don't know. I just am feeling especially spiteful. That's all.
that's
If there's any rations that are left here for us and
We might as well
any
take
ones
them.
that are edible, maybe we should take with us.
I will work that out another time. In the meantime, mechanically speaking, 1 second. So we each gain 2,800 and not 800, excuse me, 2,083 XP.
Ooh,
Hmm.
that's nice.
I agree. Which means for you, Adrian, and myself, we now have 23,041 XP, which means you and I both level up to level 7.
Congratulations.
Wow.
So,
What was that number again? It was 3,000 what?
23,000. Wrong character sheet. Oops, there we go. 23041. I got it for you. Which means you are now a level 7 Eldritch Knight. And for you, Thea, let's see here. You now have 12,266, which means you do not yet level up. Sorry. You are
Is
close.
what it is.
Now, for you, Adran.
What?
Sorry?
I just looked on over at my spell slots, and it says I now have 4 spell slots. Or is that a typo?
No, that's the total number of spell slots you now have available at first level. So it did go up by 1. You also now have 2 second level spell slots.
Oh, wait, you what?
You also gain your level 7 Eldritch Knight feature, which is War Magic. When you use your action to cast a cantrip, such as Dancing Lights, you can make one weapon attack as a bonus action.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Indeed. I'm going to be adding that right underneath your Staff of Paralysis. War Magic. When you use your action to cast a cantrip, so there you go. You also, as I said, now have access to second level spells. What were you thinking?
Ooh.
I remember we've discussed darkness.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to get darkness in there.
I need to check something for you. So you are 7th level. You have to choose, where is it? So you have to choose an evocation, and abjuration. And you can have a total number of known spells of 5. So you currently have 3.
Currently, I have Fog Cloud, Magic Missile, and Shield.
Yes. So you can choose 2 more spells. You can also trade out one of your known spells for a new spell.
Okay.
So I assume you want to look at second level spells.
Yes.
To start. Personally, I would recommend that you not choose, more than 2 spells of second level. Because you only have 2 spell slots.
Right.
So, I think you got your player's handbook physically.
Yes.
Okay. For you can choose from the following. Assuming these are all from player's handbook, which I should have checked. Source. Player's handbook. Basic rules. Filter. Just making sure I have the right list here for you.
Yeah.
Acid Arrow, Arcane Lock, Continual Flame, Darkness, Gust of Wind, Melf's Acid Arrow, Scorching Ray, or Shatter.
Oh, gosh. Well, I definitely want to do darkness for sure.
I can't imagine why. You can also trade Fog Cloud out for a different spell, if you wish.
Would I have to choose one from second level or from first level?
You could choose one from first level. So, for example, you could choose Jump.
Oh,
or Long.
I have that one there?
I think you have access to Long Strider, but I'm not entirely sure. So, Darkness.
Because if I had Long Strider, that would be awesome.
Now, okay, so that you have Darkness now on your character sheet.
All right.
First
let's see.
level. And going to remove these 2 filters. Alright, so you have access to... Oh, you also have access to Expeditious Retreat, which could be interesting for you. Okay.
Well, which one's that one?
So you do have access to Longstrider, you do have access to Jump. Expeditious Retreat is a bonus action cast. It's concentration, so you won't be able to use it at the same time as something like Darkness. But what it does allow you to do is take the dash action as a bonus action, including when you cast the spell.
Oh, wow.
So it really enhances your ability to move. But it's concentration and it only lasts for 10 minutes.
And then Longstrider, how long does that one usually last?
1 hour, concentration free.
Okay. Actually, I think I'll do that. Swap out Fog Cloud for Longstrider.
Okay. Or you could also take the jump spell instead of a Longstrider.
No, I've been dying to do Longstrider so that I can move quickly on the ground and not have to throw a saving throw or, like a landing safely throw.
Alright, you can choose one more spell.
I was wanting to look up Continual Darkness on here, but
Do you mean Continual Flame?
Or yeah, Continual Flame.
Absolutely. I just need to double check something.
Oh, a flame equivalent in brightness to a torch springs forth from an object that you touch. The effect looks like a regular flame, but it creates no heat, doesn't use oxygen. A continual flame can be covered or hidden, but not smothered or quenched.
Mm-hmm.
So what, is it just there for like brightness?
Yeah, basically it just creates light.
Okay, so it doesn't like wound anyone?
No.
Okay.
Now,
well,
I was just checking something. Technically speaking, you should have had 4 spells for all of 6th level, which is something we missed, and I apologize for that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well,
So you now have 4
it's
spells.
Right.
No, you
I still lived.
Right. So you should have 4 spells of 1st level, and then you could have one of 2nd level, or 2 of 2nd level.
Yeah, I just wanted to
So
check
you
out
could actually go
Arcane.
ahead and take Jump as well as Longstrider. Or you could take Expeditious Retreat, because you can combine Longstrider and Expeditious Retreat. So basically, if you cast Longstrider on yourself, you have a movement speed of 40. Then you could take Expeditious Retreat and cast that as well, and then you would have a dash movement every turn of 80 feet, and still have your action available.
Wow. That would be incredible. I'm trying to look up Arcane Lock. You touch a closed door, window, gate, chest, or other entryway, and it becomes locked for the duration. You and the creatures you designate when you cast the spell can open the object normally. You can also set a password, then spoken within 5 feet of the object, suppresses the spell for 1 minute. Otherwise, no. Don't want to do that. Okay, so Expeditious Retreat, have that one be my other one.
And I apologize for missing that little detail.
Oh, it's okay.
So you now have Expeditious Retreat, Longstrider, Magic Missile, Shield, and Darkness. So that is all 5 of your spells. You also have War Magic. And and that's it for your cantrips as well.
Okay, so that's it.
So now it's my turn to level up. I am also now level 7. Oh, and don't forget to roll your hit points, please.
I will.
So I'm going to roll my hit points. Wow, that's a pretty good roll. Now I have 62 instead of 52.
Three.
I also gain... let me actually go and take care of my features first. So I now gain access to my defensive tactics. Now, considering all the things I've gone through, so since you rolled a 3 for the first one, where you're actually going to go with your average, which is 7. So you increase your hit point maximum by 7, which I believe puts you at 60, right?
Wait, are you talking to me?
Yes,
or?
you, Adran. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
So you rolled your first hit dice for leveling up. You rolled a 3,
Oh.
which is below the average, so you're going to take the average instead. And the
Okay.
average is, for you is 7.
So then my hit point maximum is going to be 60 then.
Yes. Alright, so my 7th level ability, considering everything I've gone through, with the various wounds and the hideous undead we faced, and the fact that even losing my hand didn't slow me down, and I just kept on going, I'm going to take Steel Will. I have advantage on all saving throws against being frightened. Steel Will. And then I get to choose another second level spell. That was clever of me. So this is going to be, I've actually been really torn on this because there were 2 different spells I wanted to try. Neither of which were passed without trace. Come on. Sort. There we go. And I'm actually going to take, so the 2 I was considering, one was Cordon of Arrows, and the other I was considering was Locate Animals or Plants, and I'm going to choose Locate Animals or Plants, because this will enable me to simply find plants or animals that I need to find. So if I need to find, for example, another dose of Heart Sand, I can simply cast a spell and know where the nearest dose is. Or nearest plant, excuse me. Or if I need to cast Animal Messenger, now I can find an animal I need. Alright, so we are going to take a long rest here in this tent, or sorry, this camp, I assume?
Yes.
Okay, I gotta...
I think that's the plan, yeah.
Alright, so we can go ahead and recover from all of our wounds and such. Excuse me. What time is it? Okay. One of you, either of you, whichever one you choose, can roll me a d6. Alright, Thea.
Uh-huh.
I need a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Okie dokie.
As I look this up.
Oh, here it is. Oh, that wasn't bad.
Wow! As you come, well, we don't take a long rest here. Forgot about that. Come the dawn, as we return towards the totem pole, we're about, halfway there. And as the dawn starts to come up, Thea, there's a brief moment as you feel a force trying to press itself into your mind, and you're able to resist its call for attention. And no voice.
Yeah, one of those, not this time.
So I assume, excuse me, we return to the totem pole to recover from injuries, specifically me. Is that a fair assumption? Did I lose anyone?
Yes.
Okay, there you are.
Yes.
Adran, as we travel, and now that we've removed ourselves from the heat of the battle and the worry and stress of it all, it does seem likely that that what we just dealt with was only a token force, obviously, and that it's quite possible that the main force that we were running from originally might return along the same path that the token force took.
Okay.
So we can either wait for them to arrive, which means that they are that much closer to the totem pole and the way to our home, or we can set back out after them.
Is your foot well rested and healed yet?
After 24 hours. So it's gonna.
Because I'm ready to hit them head on.
Lay in a pursuit after I heal, get my foot back. So we are going to end it here.
Okay.
So let me pause everything. Thank you, fellow adventurers, for joining us once more. Please comment below to vote on what monsters you want to see Adran, Thía, and Varin take on next. You can vote for more than one kind at a time. The Air Elemental, the Ankylosaurus, the Bulette, the Dust Devil, the Hellhound, the Hill Giant, the Manticore, and the Owlbear. Thank you for watching, and I hope we'll see you again next week.